夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみたいバカみたいほんとバカねあんた信じるばかりで強い女のふり切なさの夜風浴びる一人になって3年が過ぎ街並みさえも変わりましたなのにどうして未練だけ置き去りほんまにろくな男やない揃いの指輪外しますざまみをせいせいするいい加減待っててもバカみたい
Hello, lawyers. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. How's it going? Hello, welcome. Sorry that I'm like a tiny bit late today. Yeah, just things going on, but everything's fine. We're here now, and it's lawyer time. We're gonna start case number 4 of Dual Destinies tonight. I'm a little nervous, since, I'm guessing this is the last flashback case. Considering the circumstances that we saw of the first case, and then we had the last mainline case after this one. So I have a feeling things are not going to go very well for some people, and I'm nervous. But we'll see. We're Apollo Justice and we're fine, so everything's gonna be okay for sure. Everything's gonna be all right. But yeah, it's also all right today. The weather is a little bit better today. It wasn't as hot today. It was a little bit cloudy too, so I was able to go on a walk this afternoon without like melting. It was really nice. It felt nice to just get out of the house again and be able to just walk around without feeling like I'm dying. This weekend I may go to Gongcha, to one near me, so I can do the 14 collab. I don't know if the one near me is participating in the collab. I'll have to check. I don't know if there's a way you can check on like each individual store's website or something, but I want to do that. So maybe I could do that tomorrow as a fun little outing for myself. And then maybe on Saturday I'll have my new mount. Who knows? Who knows? And I may next week. I think next week I want to add another 14 stream for Panda raids as well, because I'm in a 14 brain mood. I did briefly consider streaming 14 today. Not gonna lie, but I want to make sure we can get through both Apollo Justice and Dawn Trail by the time the answer comes out. I know I said that before a bunch of times, but I want to make extra sure we stick to that plan. And yeah, that's where we're at. We can just hop right into the game since I am a little bit late. I want to hop on into the game, start lawyering. Case number 4, here we go. We'll just jump right in because I don't really have much to talk about today, and I want to make sure we can get, I am starting a little later, so anyways, it's lawyer time. Case number 4. I am very nervous. This is the last, well, from what I'm gathering, this is going to be the last flashback case. So clearly Apollo is going to go through something that changes him. And I fear this may be the case where that happens. I fear Space Friend is involved. And I fear Space Friend is up in the giant cosmos in the sky. But we'll see! Anyways, Cosmic Turnabout. Wait, oh my god, wait, we're already in trial. Uh-oh. Okay, now I'm extra nervous, because we're going right into a trial. I'm very nervous now. I didn't realize this. I didn't notice this yesterday. Okay, the Cosmic Turnabout. Right into a trial we go. Okay. I'm nervous. Oh yeah, the bombing. The courtroom bombing incident. A terrible attack launched by the will of a madman. That incident perfectly symbolized the state, the legal world, in this dark age of the law. Mr. Wright brought it to a resolution, of sorts. Go, Phoenix! Ted Donate! It was discovered to be the one responsible for the bombing. If only it were that simple, because that was a tutorial case. Somehow I can't help but think there's always more to it. There's a darker influence at work. One that's lurking in the shadows, waiting. Oh, is it? You're seeking it out. That's why I want to review the trial that was taking place when the bombing occurred. Uh-oh. After all, I've got more than a few personal stakes in it. Oh no. The Cosmic... Wasn't Juniper on trial? Is she really like the Maya Fey of this particular game, except every single time? We're fitting all the murder accusations into one trial. Oh, space. Or in one game, I meant. Space.
One hour remaining until launch. Please begin your final equipment check.
Those are space jackets.
Check complete. Everything's a-okay.
That's the
We're ready
jacket
here
Apollo
whenever
was
you are.
wearing. That looked like the jacket Apollo was wearing. Oh no. Oh god!
Come in at 2. Come in. Do you copy?
Is this Lethal Company? is that Space Friend? Please tell me that's not Space Friend. Or is Space Friend the defendant? I don't know. Anyways, December 16th, 9:12 a.m. This is the day before... So this is the day before the bombing. The day before the first trial, right? The first case. Time for another trial to begin. But this one is different. Sorry to bother you, but... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's her again.
Are you alright, Apollo?
Oh, was I making a scary face just now? Oh, hi, Juniper. Yes, I'm fine. Fine, again. I was just doing my Course of Steel exercises. Now I'm all ready to go.
Yes. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll be just fine. Oh, I brought you a present from my garden.
Is this a lotus root?
That's right. My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes. She even says that if you look through the holes, it can help you see into the future.
You can use that instead of your bracelet to perceive now, maybe.
It's for good luck. Maybe later you can cook it.
Thanks for this. I'm gonna have some right now. Jesus, he's shoving that whole thing in his mouth. Jesus, kinda tough though.
You can't eat it raw, but... Thank you for the enthusiastic try.
Oops, if she didn't think me weird before, she will now. I gotta calm down.
Apollo! I'm sorry I'm late. Hello. Hi, Athena. Junie! I didn't know you were coming today.
Oh yeah, wasn't she she was watching the trial, right?
Did you come to cheer Apollo on? Oh, I get it. You sly little thing, you. Athena, stop.
Quit kidding around, Athena. The trial's about to start any second. Is everything all set?
Oh, Apollo, Apollo. When will you ever figure it out?
Figure out what? That was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Is this Larry? This is Larry Butts. Is this Larry goddamn Butts? He's got that face shape. Once again, saying it's all over for me when he's presumably our defendant. And Larry, what's going on, buddy? Why did you do that with your hair? They're gonna find me guilty. This is our client, Mr. Solomon Saul Starbuck. Really? Or is this like Laurice Donim or whatever? It's like a new name or whatever. A pseudonym. He's a very famous astronaut. Oh. Well, I'm sorry, I'm jumping to conclusions here. I assumed this was Larry. Well, he's gotta be related to Larry, right? Come on, like, look at that. He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine. Oh, Apollo having space connections, haha. You wouldn't know it right now, but he's usually a very upbeat and driven person. The scene of the crime this time happened to be the Cosmos Space Center. Back in high school, my best friend and I went there almost a little too much. Yeah, Space Friend. This isn't Space Friend, then, I guess. That's where we met Mr. Starbuck. He'd ask about space travel, and we launched into story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was 100% my hero. Oh, did you want to be an astronaut back then? Are you sure you're okay with being my lawyer, Apollo? Of course I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder. Thanks, but... I'm supposed to be in space right about now. Are you doing breathing exercises now? He's so depressed. It almost seems like an act. The launch getting called off must have been a huge shock. I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again. Now I'm getting kind of Kaito Momoto energy from him. Don't say that. Don't stop believing. Besides, you just have to go into space again. Yeah. I don't think I could face Clay in the afterlife. Clay?
Clay Terran. I can't believe he was murdered. I mean, he was such a promising astronaut under your command.
Yeah, he was a good guy. Always there to pick me up when I was down. Is that Space Friend? No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. Man, he's always so full of energy telling me, "You're fine, Mr. Star- You're fine. You're fine." I wonder if this... Is Space Friend where, Apollo got the "I'm fine" mantra from? Oh... How could something like this happen to a guy like him, huh? I've never seen Mr. Starbuck so down. Oh, that's me. Clay's gone and I'm going to prison. I wish I could burn up like a shooting star right now. Mr. Starbuck, you'll be fine! Ah! Oh, what is it? What's with the yelling? I'll get to the bottom of this today. You'll see. Everything's fine. And in exchange, I want you to go back into space for you and Clay. Promise? Does that mean you have lots of evidence to prove my innocence? Do I? Well, about that... the victim was discovered in the third floor boarding lounge in the main building. Ouch. Glove off. Okay. Athena! He's back! Space Friend. This is Space Friend. No! Alright. We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I'd have liked, thanks to the police. I'm done for. I'm a goner. Everybody thinks I did it. Well, I was gonna soar like a comet. I'm just gonna crash like a meteorite. No, don't say that, Mr. Starbuck. Don't count yourself out yet. I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you've got to keep going.
And what about you, Apollo?
And what about me? Was that... Yeah. Oh, Apollo. Was that his jacket you were wearing in the intro? Like some sort of like grieving widow? Apollo, I don't think you're fine. Oh, my poor boy.
I was just thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend?
We need to focus on the trial right now. Oh, Apollo! He's not getting a chance to grieve, isn't he? God damn.
Apollo!
The trial is about to begin. The defense would please proceed into the courtroom.
Okay, here we go.
This is it. This is one trial I can't afford to lose. I'm very scared. For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find Clay's killer. Oh, I'm scared, y'all. I don't feel so good. Oh, he's bandaged already. Was he... Why is he already bandaged up? I mean, it looks like something was going down at the space center. What? I don't know. Was he there for that? Or like... I don't know. But apparently this is where it's gonna be interrupted by the bombing. I don't know. Court is now in session for the trial of Solomon Starbuck. Oh, you're growing your hair out too? Okay. Are you okay? I don't think you're okay, buddy. The defense is ready, Your Honor. His hair is growing out as well. Excuse me, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor? What happened to your eye? I'm fine! The defense is ready, Your Honor. You're fine? Okay. I don't think you are, but okay. Maybe you need a therapy session, and not just from Athena, but for, like, actual therapy. Are you sure? I don't... I'm fine, Your Honor. The defense is ready. I don't think you are. I'm very nervous. I don't think you are.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sty.
Really? What are you hiding, buddy? Well, I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. Maybe he's entering a touchy age. Very well. And the prosecution? No snarky inner thoughts there. Now I'm very, very worried about him. Oh, it's you. The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence!
Oh, we're already silence. All right. Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, why is he saying silence if they're not broken? But there we go. Ah! Already. There's the bomb box. The prosecution is now ready.
Well, it didn't take him long this time.
What's up with Blackquill? What's up with you? Now then, I shall give the opening statement.
Silence!
I'll do it. You will? Oh, what an unexpected surprise. Yeah, you actually doing your job like in the normal fashion. This time I can't leave it to anyone. Do you also have personal stakes in this? I see. Oh god. Something is off with the two. Are they both? How is Blackquill related to all of this then? Like, I don't think these two are okay. You both seem different somehow. I'm very nervous. Very well, Prosecutor Blackquill, your opening statement, if you would. It was just yesterday. The crimes in question... Crimes? Multiple? I mean, the ship did explode, so... The crimes in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center. Ah, that famous federal research facility of all things related to astrology, right? Astronomy. It's astronomy. You do not conflate the two. A rocket was set to launch from there. But at 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site, it went boom! Just like the courtroom is about to go. 2 explosive devices were detonated, and the launch was cancelled. My word, 2 bombs? How dreadful! The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and with murder. One, Mr. Solomon Starbuck. Whatever inane reason, he detonated a bomb on the rocket he himself would be in. Solomon Starbuck? I recognize that name. Isn't he that famous astronaut? Correct your baldness. Mr. Starbuck was the pilot of the Hat 1 rocket 7 years ago. 7 years! It's that phrase again. 7 years. What did they say about 7 years ago in the previous case? They said something about 7 years ago, and I don't even remember what it was. As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend. Oh, I remember now. He's become something of an international celebrity, right? The Hat Man! Maybe he's the Hat Man! Mankind's hope for the future. Gotta make it back alive. They even turned that incident into a movie and everything. Come along on a captivating space odyssey. Cap Hat. Oh my god. Ace Attorney. Oh man. Yeah, movie and everything. We got a real space pioneer in court today. But even heroes tumble from their lofty heights. Sorry, voice. Returning to the subject at hand. Ah, yes. The victim was one Mr. Clay Terran, a subordinate of the defendant. Indeed, a loyal disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor. Stabbed to death, you say? You mean his death wasn't a result of the bombing? Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was seen as an interloper by the defendant, and so he was sent not into space, but to the universe which we mortals cannot see. Clay. Oh, I'm very worried. Where's the jacket? I think I've had enough. The case seems pretty clear. You literally have not heard anything. All you've heard is a summary, buddy. However, there is one thing I'm curious about. That metal box next to the witness stand. What purpose does it serve exactly? Since you asked so nicely, it's your coffin. Once again, I don't think murderers don't get the right to make jokes about murder. Although I don't know if that was a joke from him. I don't know. I jest. It's evidence. Yeah, if you're convicted of a murder, you lose the right to make those kinds of jokes, buddy. Due to its immense size, we've little choice but to lay it where it rests now. We shall get to the contents of the box in due time. Whew. I feel like I just lost 50 years off my life. Does he even have 50 years left? I think he's immortal. Hello, Echo. What stupid shenanigans have happened now? Welcome. Apollo is definitely not fine. Black Quill is less unfine than usual. Space Friend is dead, and Apollo is not being snarky in his head, which is very concerning. Is he sick? I don't know what's going on! Inner monologue, Athena. Inner monologue. Enough jabbering. Oh my god. I love that he just summons him like a dog. Bobby Fulbright's the name, and justice we trust. Ah, Detective Fulbright. Bro just teleported. That's what he does when Simon summons him. How loyal and sweet. Very well then. Please explain the details of this incident to the court. Alright, first, take a look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. Oh, it's a loyal companion. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center. Ah, here we are. For a more detailed look at what's on the left side of this building, take a look at this cross-section that we police have created. See the launch pad in the main building? The launch pad is the square building and the rounded structure is the main building, right? You got it. The incidents took place in the launch pad 1 and in the main building's lounge. I saw that in the animation they were all running across here and then did a stab. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony. It'll make it easier to understand. Alright. Alrighty. Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom! Boom! One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building, and one in Launchpad 1. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launchpad 1 at the time. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death. A murder on top of a bombing. Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived at the lounge, correct? Yep. Thinking he'd sabotage the bombing, the defendant killed him right there in the rocket. Just look at this tragic photo. Aww. Oh my, is that a knife in the victim's chest? How thick are space suits? Like, how realistic is this? I mean, this is Ace Attorney, so I'm assuming it's not realistic at all. But I would assume they're like really thick and hard to like get through, you know? They gotta be nice and vacuum sealed, I guess. I don't know. Is that a knife in the victim's chest? Yes, Your Honor. It's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. Also, he kind of, I see this as like a visor. This is kind of giving me like the reverse Jotaro hat. Like it looks like his hair is part of the visor, but like in the front, if that makes sense. We couldn't get any prints off it though, because the defendant was in a spacesuit. Alright. By the way, Detective Fulbright, why are the victim's helmet and right glove absent in this photograph? We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. His glove! Aww. Sorry. Persona 5. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all. Yes. It would be very difficult to identify him without a face or fingerprints. Now, there's just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing next to the victim in this photo? Glove, I'll hold you to it. Aww. Something so important to the victim, he took it with him as he escaped the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples. While obviously valuable for research purposes, it has no relation to this case. Well, now I think it's very related. I see. So, we know that the bomb in the main building was on the second floor. But where was the bomb that was in Launchpad 1 located? I play Real on Steam. Yes, I do have it on Steam. That one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launch pad's elevator was a sea of flames. I would like to submit this diagram report into the record. Alright. Second floor and middle of the rocket.
The trial's just started and we're already in a bind.
You get used to it. Besides, that's what cross-examination's for, right? What the 2 astronauts were doing during the bombing. That'll be the key. Game Pass owners can claim the expansion pass for free! Man, I wish that could be me. Damn. But that's really nice. Alright.
Hold it!
How powerful were the explosions? Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. But the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation. Wait, what were you doing there in the first place, Detective Fulbright? That version only applies to the Microsoft Store version. Damn. It is what it is. It sucks, though. I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'll be there wherever and whenever people need my help. I'll go to the other side of the world, or even the edge of the universe. Ooh, flashbacks to another game I played recently. I'm not sure he knows how far that actually is. But I guess I'll leave that one alone. Admirable decision, Justice Dodo. Can you read my mind? Although he does... I do tend to think, you know, the mental lines are actually under the breath lines, and the protags always say them out loud. Like Ryunosuke, definitely. Like they made several jokes about that in Great Ace Attorney. Like Ryunosuke's mental lines are actually not just mental. And Phoenix definitely has that problem as well, so... Apollo speaking under his breath is him speaking at a normal volume. Anytime playing on Xbox was a good idea as a 7-year Xbox user, man. Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at that time? The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators in the 3rd floor lounge. When is the Investigations Trilogy comes out? September 6th. Right before the answer. I would play it on the day it comes out if the answer wasn't coming out just a couple days later. Hello, Real Mad on Guard. How's it going? Looks like Apollo might have slammed his head on a desk a little too hard. Mayhaps. Maybe that's how it happened. Because I'm wondering, I assumed this... I mean, based on the first case, I assumed this was an injury from the bombing, but the bombing has not happened yet. I believe this is the day it happens, and it just hasn't happened yet. So what is that from? Why is he doing this? It was pitch black in there, I tell you. However, the security camera and whatnot were running on emergency backup. And how did the evacuation go? I immediately and heroically whisked people down to the Space Center's basement shelter. The basement shelter? Doing my fantastic money spreading, I can now afford to get double storage and RAM. Let's go! We love that! That's awesome! I should probably uninstall some games that I have not touched in a long time and probably won't replay for a while. Because I feel like I only have, like, I think I have a couple 100 gigabytes of free space on my laptop. Yeah, I'm on a laptop. I already had to add, like, another hard drive to get some more storage space. But I don't want to do that again, you know? So... I might have to uninstall some things that I haven't touched in a long time. Should probably do that.
There's a shelter underneath. An emergency shelter, huh? Oh, here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram. The Space Center's pretty impressive to have its own shelter.
Also not? Alright. Alright, any other details? Alright, police officer Mari's police gave evacuation instructions. Power outage in the affected areas remains dark. Security system switched to the emergency power. Evacuees moved to the basement shelter. Alright. Alright, from 1 terabyte to 2 terabytes of, like, fast enemy storage. And all your PS1 games are quick to load. Let's go! That sounds awesome! Are you on a laptop as well? Or is it a... Is it a laptop? Sorry, I can't speak. Words are not forming very well right now. The power outage and evacuation seem unrelated to the murder at this point. I guess I'll leave that aside for now. Why are you saying that all the time, buddy? He's just so worried about Clay, that's it. He doesn't care about anything other than what happened to Clay, is what I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm scared. There were 2 explosions in total, correct? Yep, that's right. I'm still playing on a desktop. I don't have access to one currently. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright. 2nd floor and then on launch pad.
Hold it!
Let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck rigged a rocket he was going to board with explosives. Huh? What are you talking about? I mean, he was gonna go into space on that rocket. If the defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket, he'd get caught in the explosion as well. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Senior price is definitely overkill, but why not? Yeah, I mean, if you can afford it, sure, go for it. Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Fulbright, the motive. Understood? The defendant actually had astrophobia. Astrophobia? What's that? A fear of space, naturally. Then why is he working as an astronaut? Why is he working in this place? Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute. That's absurd. Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these. What are they? These anti-anxiety tablets were found among the defendant's possessions. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears. There were a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starbuck wrote 7 years ago. Rumor has it threatened to crash a number of times as well. Is that where the fear comes from? That makes sense, I guess. ATB NVM drives, they're 800 pounds. Ooh. Is that expensive or? Sorry, I'm not good with pricing when it comes to PC stuff. I'm sorry, but if that's 8 terabytes, it's not very expensive. That's good. Nice. That is a ton of space though. So yeah. You can do so much with that. That was of course very traumatic for Mr. Starbuck. But that doesn't mean he'd go so far as to blow up his own ship.
Silence!
The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name now, could he? Not after the media had branded him Sol Starbuck, space pioneer extraordinaire. Oh, that are drive the size of like one human finger. The marvels of modern technology. That's wild. It's so wild comparing like previous like older kind of computers or storage like systems or whatever, where like it would take up so much space for just a minuscule amount of data. It's wild how far we've come. Like I think my dad like a long time ago, he had like one of like the first or second or third generation of iPods, and I think it had like 8 gigabytes, maybe 16, no way. And it was like big and chunky. And then when I got my first iPod, it was a Nano. It was smaller, but I think it had like pretty comparable storage. These are mainly for enterprise use, man. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutt. What, so that's why you think he resorted to the bombing? That's very extreme. Naturally, he constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the Space Center, which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation. Now I'm sure you understand why we have to bring justice down on this atrocious criminal. 20 terabyte hard drives exist? Wow. Alright.
Hold it!
Are you sure it was only the 2 of them? It was just before the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those 2. Ugh. Well, there could have been somebody else inside that rocket.
Silence!
Was Clay gonna go into space? The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front, there are precious few with the clearance to do so. A fingerprint recognition device? It sounds as futuristic and complex as a space center. There's spinny drives, so they're much slower but much cheaper. Alright. Decent deal, I guess. Actually, it's not as amazing as you think. Your Honor, take a look at this photo. This is the door in the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. I see. Which is very different from what I had in mind. And is there a record of the number of people that passed through the door yesterday? Yes, there were only 3. The defendant, the victim, and the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos. Oh my god, not Yuri. I'm surprised we don't have the astronaut's name isn't like Neil or something. Then doesn't that mean it's possible the director is the one who did it? Should I keep yapping about this stuff? No worries, yap away. I love hearing about people like talk about their interests and everything like that, but that's really cool. 400 for 20 terabytes. Oh, that's very impressive. Jeez. This one's really nice. Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9:28, doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts. He has a point. I guess the director can be considered a suspect then. Alright. Do we have the director in our persons thingy now? Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I can't look at the court record here. They made it back as far as the boarding lounge, he says. So, while it would appear that the pair barely escaped with their lives... Yuri? Reference to Yuri Gagarin, yeah. That's what I'm gathering. I probably mispronounced the last name there, but yeah. So, while it would appear that the pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct? You got it. In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have for sure tried to stop the bombing. Is there any chance Mr. Terran could have been killed before he boarded the rocket? They were both alive and well at the boarding time, then embarked onto their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space. And then both of their hopes and dreams were dashed. If I may continue my explanation, after the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue. I mean, we didn't... I couldn't really see how... I don't know. Spaceman went oof. Yeah. Space Friend went oof. It's Space Friend. That's our Space Friend. I should probably take the smiley face out of the stream title if that's the case. Space Friend. Yeah, I had a feeling he was dead based on the way Apollo was acting at the beginning of the game and the way the end of yesterday's stream went. But yeah, we're here. We're just here now. One of the two is found stabbed to death. And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm. She's here again. One of them was a detective. Yep. Detective Arm specializes in bombings, you see. She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were also... Candace is dead at this time. If this is the day of the bombing, that means she's dead. That means her body's in the thing! Oh my god, Candace is here right now! Candace is in this courtroom. She's up next to the witness stand right now. No way. Even though I hear each time I hear the rather common name Yuri. Yes, Eureka! That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant. Wait, hold on, what do you say again? Worried about the lounge, that's when they found the victim with the defendant. Two witnesses, huh? One of them is a detective. Doubt either one of them would have anything to say that would help me. I don't think one of them can say anything at all. I think that pretty much covers the details of the case. Only the victim and the defendant were on the launch pad when the former was killed. If this is the truth, then only Mr. Starbuck could have carried out this crime. What little I could get out of him only hurt my case. Justice, Dono. Foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. There you go. None of the murders would happen if they are BL and Shield together. Just like Date's co-workers. It seems like they all ran BL. Boss and Pewter both had a secret BL stash. Maybe Date should join them. Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you to take a gander at this. What is it? Footage from a security camera. I know, I miss him too! Next year we'll play Nirvana Initiative for sure, I swear. As the two astronauts emerge from the bowels of the Launchpad 1 corridor... Lethal Company. The boarding lounge security camera captured their desperate escape. Where's the knife? I don't see a knife. I do not see a knife. Look. Yeah, the knife is right in the logo, and I don't see it. Now I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering, which you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim. What? They're fulfilling their murder quota. Oh, hi, Candace. Everybody wave to Candace. Hi. Hi. Order. Order, I say. This lines up exactly with what the prosecution has been asserting. I should have known Blackwell would have something like this ready. Damn.
Apollo? How exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage?
Ah, I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at that point is pretty crucial. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage. Isn't it possible that Mr. Taran was still alive here and that Mr. Starbuck was helping him? Why, I believe you're right. I should play Lethal Company. My brother keeps trying to get me to play it. I mean, I don't really have, like, people to play with. I mean, I could probably find people to play with. But I don't really play too many multiplayer games. I mean, I do play Final Fantasy XIV, but that's a little different. But it does look very fun from the little bits that I've seen of it. I remember whenever I watched a lot of clips of people playing it, and it looked very funny. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship.
Silence!
Perhaps that's what it looks like to a one-eyed hothead and... Oh, Jesus, I still don't want to say this word. But it only makes sense if it's the victim's dead body. What do you mean? You can have 40-player lobbies with a mod. That sounds insane. That sounds so chaotic. Moves all the horror and makes it one massive meme. That actually sounds really fun. Fulbright, explain it to Justice Dono. You got it. Ready, kid? If the murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge, after all. But doing it while they were alone in the spaceship... Ooh, it's a horse of a different color!
Objection!
I stretch. But you can't deny there's a possibility the murder could happen in the lounge. All that video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut.
Silence!
Your assertion is based on emotion. It's based in your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help his own disciple. This Lethal Company has one thing I love. What is it, proximity chat? Or the fact that it's like $10. That is also a nice deal, with no DLC. It is very inexpensive, which is nice. Would you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive? Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic. But it sounded perfectly logical to me. It was made by one guy, true. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further objections, I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close. Objections? Well, Hold it! Thank you, Athena.
Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup.
Because Apollo is definitely not in his right frame of mind right here. Given the facts, I'm not sure I see the need. What is it, Athena?
It's just... there's something that's been bothering me.
If it isn't the defense stalling for time, as always. Are you gonna go on another walk with Bobby? Very well. I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time. Oh yeah, Echo, I don't know if you were here yesterday, but there was a point in the trial where our witness was like freaking out and like very delusional and like just spewing all kinds of like random stuff, and he just like literally just left to go on a walk with Bobby, and then he came back. He's very fun. Blackwell is really growing on me. I mean, I always liked him, but he's very amusing to me. And Average Italian, welcome. How are you doing? How's it going? All right.
Yes.
You have 30 seconds. 5 seconds! Oh my god. I was too generous there, actually, in my, in my, perception of him.
5 seconds?
After that, I declare this cross-examination to be closed and a verdict to be rendered. My favorite mod is the one that replaces the audio for one of the enemies to yippee! That sounds really fun. I know my brother, I don't think it's a mod, but I know there's like a thing that lets you play any kind of music or sound effects you want with like radios in the game. I know he does that a lot. Your baldness. Raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown. Oh. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! We don't have time. Spit it out, Athena. Only 3 more seconds. Ah! Look.
I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete.
Meaning?
Meaning there's something missing. Like, they conveniently left it unexplained.
Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain. Ah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about. Your 5 seconds are up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument that you'd like to rebut? There's something the prosecution has yet to make clear to this court. Well, if you put it that way. All right. Why the body was moved? Because, yeah. They failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave his body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge? Oh. I still love to just go on a walk mid-trial. Yeah, not even during recess. Just if you're not feeling like it. I wish real court was like this. I mean, not like in this game, but you know. I wish it was as entertaining as this. If it was, then I wouldn't have been so upset getting jury summons in the fall. I didn't have to go, thankfully, but it was not fun to entertain the thought of sitting through real court. That's true. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet. That's because they have none, Your Honor. After all, how does one explain something so illogical? I'll probably fall asleep during that. Same. The prosecution is claiming that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of that argument is wrong? And that's your theory, Mr. Justice? The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim. He was helping him. Ah! Fulbright, explain it for our sad friend here before I nod off to his monotone monologue. Inform him exactly why Space Boy moved the victim. Space Boy? Well, he's calling our client Space Boy. I was calling Clay Space Friend. That they allowed me to bring my 2DS with me, yeah. It would be nice if I could bring like a book or something if you just sit in the lobby and stuff before the case, but yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of sitting around and stuff. The one times that I've done jobs that involve a lot of sitting around is I've done like background extra work in some like movies and TV shows that had like filmed in the area, and there is a lot of just sitting around and waiting until they're ready to use you. So you got to bring like a book or something, or yeah, like your 2DS even. Yeah, you're gonna be sitting around for a good portion of the day. Especially if they do like a scene you're in the morning and then do something else and then they want you back for the night. It's a long time. Yeah, yes, I'm in Despicable Me 4. I'm one of the minions for sure. I am a minion in Despicable Me 4. You can hear me.
I use this voice exactly. This is my minion voice, and if you listen close to me, you'll hear me. Just keep your ears open.
I gotta be joking. It's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he did to direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression he heroically risked his life to save his partner. That's why he made sure to make it to the security camera so there'd be a record. At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man. Ugh. I want to say for your brother's birthday private screening. Oh my god, that's exciting. How was it? I think I've only seen the first Despicable Me. I don't think I've seen any of the sequels. It's okay. Sounds about right. Hiccup. One that shoulder twinge. What a beautiful expression of friendship. The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds. Saving the life of a partner who weighs as much while trying to escape deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen. Indeed, I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story. You see, yet the true ending is that all traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up. It's not good, but it's not terrible. Honestly, that's what I would expect from a Despicable Me sequel. Yeah. Yes, and now we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. The third explosion? What?
Objection!
When? What are you talking about? There was no third explosion.
Silence!
More information they've conveniently withheld from us. Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arm. It was she who identified and secured the bomb. However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. Ah, brother. The steel coffin beside the witness stand. That would be a coffin. Wait. Black Quill did jokingly call this a coffin for the judge earlier. But there is literally a dead body in there right now. Nobody knows, but there is literally a dead body in there. True, and me when I forget to Haruki to 9. No! I see we've hit Hugh with the car and he's gone now. Yep, damn. Have some chat for my homie Hugh O'Connor. How are you doing, Nancy? Thanks for being here. We used that to transport the deactivated bomb here. It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy. This is Ted Tonate again, right? Ted's just going on a bombing spree, I guess? For him being gone. W for him being gone. You're doing good, glad to hear it. What? One on the second floor of the main building, one on the launch pad, and one in the lounge. The defendant planned to set off 3 firework displays. Oh my god, firework again? Does this game taught me to play Somnium 2? Just listening to Ace Attorney music on the side? Ooh, what game are you listening to? Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated, for had it not, the victim's body and other vital evidence would surely have been immolated. Somnium 2, my beloved. God, I want to play it. I'm definitely not going to be able to fit it in to my schedule this year, unfortunately. Investigations 2, ooh, from the little bit that I've heard of Investigations soundtracks, they sound very good. I mean, I know the one song is the song from the When You Update the Autopsy Report video, and if they're all bangers like that, I'm excited. Right, music, great pursuit. What is my schedule? For the rest of the year, I think we finish Apollo Justice while playing Post Endwalker alongside it. Then when we finish Apollo Justice, we play Dawn Trail. And then by that point, I'm guessing The Answer will be out. So we play that, then Investigations 1 and 2, then RE Metaphor. And that should take us to the end of the year. If by some chance we finish Metaphor before the end of the year, maybe Nier Automata will be right after Metaphor, going into the new year. But that's my plan, unless something else changes. TGA 2. I love TGA 2. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles genuinely has one of the best soundtracks in any video game that I've ever experienced. I'm not even exaggerating. In terms of especially like character and storytelling, I love it so much. That's a big plan. Yeah. I wanted to get some more backlog games in this year, like 13 Sentinels, Yakuza Kiwami 2. What else did I want to play this year? But then Final Fantasy XIV took over my brain, and then I decided to stream Shadowbringers and Endwalker, and now Dawn Trail. So here we are. Sherlock Dancing was great in my mind with the music. Same, yeah. BRB, no worries. All right.
Objection!
God! Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me. Ugh. It's like he's reading my mind. Yeah. It's been several times already. Does he actually have psychic powers? Oh god. God damn. Is he like a part of a branch family of the Fays? Where like, not like in a spirit medium kind of channeling, like not in a spirit channeling sense, but he has some other sort of psychic power. Like, you know, who's to say psychics aren't a thing in this universe? As it is still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand. He's Wright's cousin, he's bluffing. Oh no, finally some Phoenix Wright family lore. However, know that a peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbuck's pockets. Was it the detonator? Oh my god! Specifically, a bomb detonation switch. You found what? You what? I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence. When the Space Center Director and Detective Arm stumbled across the murder. Ryunosuke's linked relative. Yeah, I guess the Ryunosuke is the only known relative we have of him. or you say that about Black Quill. Who's to say? Does that mean, oh my god, Blackwell and Phoenix extended family mayhaps? So he thought to hide it in his pocket, feeble-brained that he is. Ah! No! Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. The grandson of Ryutaro, you're so right! Ryutaro, best defense attorney. Justice Durno, open your eyes and see the truth. This appears to be irrefutable evidence that the accused set off the explosions. No, there has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth. Are we gonna have a Persona 4 moment in the court? Still can't accept it. You'll believe in your client, come what may. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? This has got to be a trap, because why else would he suggest it?
It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game.
Actually, I am controlling, like, the clicking and the pointing and all that, because I'm playing the game, but I'm not writing the game. I mean, sometimes I do unintentionally, but not right now. Yeah, it seemed like he was waiting for me to bring up the body moving issue.
Why do you say that?
Because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve, too. Do we have the, thing in the, Look at this photograph! Although it's not making me laugh, it's filling me with pain. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and bring me down.
Then, making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan too? Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him.
Now let us hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself. Famed astronaut Solomon Starbuck. I really thought this was Larry Butts at the very start when he first appeared. I thought it was Larry Butts with a haircut, I'm sorry. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Maybe he is a distant relative of Larry Butts. Solomon Starbuck, astronaut. How did this happen? His face says he did it! Because he looks like Larry? Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give testimony? No. Well, unfortunately, no is not an option. You are being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Terran. Please testify to these allegations. Mind if I take the suit off? It's getting really heavy.
Silence!
No, how else will the player know that you were an astronaut despite the fact that we have said it many times? It's not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins. You are a witness in an Ace Attorney game. Your outfit and your career is part of your entire identity as a character. Remove it, and you are no longer Solomon Starbuck. You're just a random person that has no significance. Prepare to carry that weight for the rest of your life. Banished me to the moon. I don't care anymore.
Wow, that was super negative. Is he going to be alright up there?
He'll be fine! Stop saying fine, Apollo. I don't think anybody here is fine. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is. I'm nervous. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor. Clay had passed out by the time we got to the order to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay, I was trying to save him. So they took the elevator, so that would have been before the blackout, right? Suicide, you didn't set off the bombs or murder the victim? But I bet you think I'm lying, right? I reserve all judgment until after I've heard your full testimony. Oh, I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut. I don't think the judge doubts that, because again, the suit. Every witness, their job is part of their character shtick.
Who wear a suit like that except an astronaut?
Will say that when I saw you in that movie, you appeared quite courageous. Though I suppose reality never quite lives up to fantasy. Damn. Oh. I guess I'm just a big disappointment. I really don't care what happens anymore. Oh, now I'm very worried about him. Oh, he's completely given up. Oh, is that not him? What a depressing fellow. If you were to join me in the clink, I imagine that annoying sighing of yours would rub off on the other inmates.
Like how it rubbed off on Professor Blackquill a second ago?
That was him sighing? Oh my god. God damn. Huh? That was Blackquill? Mr. Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. The question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck is my client, I can't be gun shy now. It's time to find out the truth. He's not saying it's justice time. That makes me nervous. Oh, he even has the longer hair and the bandage in his picture up here. I'm very nervous. All right.
Hold it!
So what you're saying is the victim was still alive at the time? Of course, he was alive and well.
Silence!
If so, then you admit you took a man who was alive and well and silenced him permanently with this. What? No! Blackwell confirmed. Dead ahead. It's no good, Captain. I'm getting sucked in.
Objection!
You're on Earth, buddy. Mr. Starbuck, you are not in space. Please give your testimony seriously. It was just nerves, but maybe I shouldn't have said he was alive and well. It was more like he was slumped over. Those are complete opposite ends of the spectrum. All right. I'm guessing this is going to be our contradiction, because the blackout would have happened after the first explosion, but I want to press just for dialogue. Is that the elevator inside the launch pad area? That's right. We always use it to get to and from the cockpit.
That makes sense. So he was just using the route he always had used.
In spite of the fact that there had just been an explosion.
Huh?
I think Mr. Starbuck is hiding something. Something pretty big. Does he know the true culprit and...
Hold it!
Passed out? Why was he passed out? Probably because of the explosion. The noise and vibration were incredible. It's little wonder a person would pass out, right? I guess. Not that I'd know. Well, you're about to know, buddy. Does he know? He just said he doesn't know, but does he know? In just a short while. I've been hit by space debris. The main engine's on fire. It's gonna blow! Buddy, can you stop having visions of doom in the courtroom? Yes, I see. I guess it does make sense that someone would pass out. Especially if the person in question is Mr. Starbuck. Anyway. I like these visions of doom. Very gloomy.
Hold it!
Don't worry, I understand. I'll make sure everything turns out all right. But everyone's glaring at me like I did it.
Apollo, you have to reassure him better than that.
And how am I supposed to do that?
Try to imagine how he's feeling and use that to figure out how to boost his confidence.
Mr. Starbuck, think back to what Clay used to always say. It's times like these when he'd repeat, "I'm fine," to himself, and that's where you picked it up from, didn't you? I am going to be so ill! I'm fine? Yeah, I guess he did say that a lot. But even if I shout it, Clay will still be dead. Oh, what's the use? Oh, brother. Could somebody please reassure me now?
Apollo, there's something strange about Mr. Starbuck's testimony.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There's a glaring contradiction. I just wonder why it's there and what it means for our case.
Well, it doesn't look like he's lying, at least.
Guess I'll have to show some evidence. Alrighty. Alright. Alright, where's the blackout report? Evacuation report? Yeah.
Objection!
Oh. Oh. I thought that would be it because it says there was a power outage. I object to you on personal grounds. The sole contradiction lies in what your faulty logic dreamt up just now. I mean, it works. Objection overruled. Goddamn. Okay. Backup power allows it to function when the power goes out. Alright, time to use print recognition or else I'll record it. Wait. Yeah. Okay. By the time we got the order to evacuate, I don't know. If it's not the power outage mentioned in this. Is it? Huh. Oh, middle level was where the explosion was, is that it?
Objection!
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Mr. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible. Was I not being accurate? No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level. What makes you say that, Mr. Justice? Please recall where the bomb went off in Launchpad 1. Also recall that after the explosion, the middle level elevator was engulfed in flames. Oh, you're right. Which means... Exactly. Launchpad's elevator would have been unusable. In other words... Mr. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. Aw. What's with the helmet? Mission command, do you read me? Command, please.
Objection!
This is mission command. I order you to pay attention! Stop this nonsense and answer my questions, Mr. Starbuck. I love it when it just disappeared. It just poofed away. Oh my god, bro is dying! Jesus! Oxygen concentration, body temperature declining. Dude, are you okay? I mean, obviously not, but Jesus Christ! Sir! How many times has this man died in the courtroom? One less client? How's Apollo gonna get paid then? Mr. Starbuck, we are not in space right now. Please stop pretending you lost consciousness and stand back up. I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth. How many pretend fainting spells were you gonna have? Do you think it's paid in the first place? Okay, fair.
I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck the astronaut.
Yeah, he seemed more like an astronaut now than he was doing all that sighing. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement about how you used the middle level elevator? I was nervous and I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I actually took a different route, I think. A different route. I hope you're able to deliver a straight story this time. I'll get it right this time. Maybe. No, I mean probably. Probably. It's understandable to be nervous, but let me remind you, your accuracy is paramount in court. Okay. Let's see, my escape route, but I said before was a mistake. I, remember now. I took a different route. Maybe, probably. Buddy, have some more confidence, please. With the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. Right, doesn't even give Tracy more than $5 for monthly expenses. True, yeah. So you're saying you escaped without using the elevator? That's right. There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we can make our escape that way. And the capsule you mentioned, I suppose you mean this thing next to Mr. Terran here? Was the capsule that important you'd risk your life to take it with you? It almost goes without saying, but yeah, that capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as a research material. With a spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton, but securing the capsule was also important. I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is riding on your testimony. What are you hiding, sir? Oh, maybe I am guilty after all. Maybe? What? I wonder if you can see the stars in prison. That is more comfortable than a spaceship. Buddy. Alrighty. Alright.
Hold it!
How could you mistake such a basic fact? Everybody makes mistakes, but try thinking about the vastness of space instead. From Earth, it takes 4 light years to travel to our nearest neighboring star. So you see, compared to the vast expanse of space, human error is insignificant. I wish you'd consider it just a little more significant than 0. Enough jabbering. Get on with your testimony. Alright. Maybe, probably. Maybe, probably. Did I hear you right, Mr. Starbuck? I didn't say either of those things. Ah! Mission Control, come in, please. Errors occurred in the sound system. Activate the emergency tin can telephone. Oh, he's dying again. No, the can telephones are ineffective in the vacuum of space.
Silence!
Stop this nonsense, or I will sever you and your tin can telephone. All right, I'm begging you. I'll tell the truth. Just don't sever anything. Let him.
Apollo, is he going to be all right?
I'm starting to think he's not. Let's see. So about where we were running away.
Hold it!
The upper level of the launch pad area. That's right. That's what I said, isn't it? How could you get down if you had both arms full, one with Clay, one with the capsule? How could you climb the ladder? Granted, that route does exist. So to recap, you had Clay over your right shoulder and the capsule in your left hand. Yeah, it's really important, so I couldn't let it get burned up. So even though Clay was really heavy, I couldn't afford to carry him with both hands. I did the best I could, with him over one shoulder, and the capsule in my other hand. Yeah, that's a ladder. I don't think the meaning of what he said just has hit him yet. And it's a ladder, not a step ladder, by the way. You know what you have to do with that statement, Justice Dono. Yes, I know. We've come this far. No turning back now. Evidence time.
So Mr. Starbuck escaped with Clay and the capsule, which means... It's just like in the footage. I can see why he couldn't run, though.
He must have weighed over 200 pounds just by himself.
Yeah, and he had to support Clay, who was another 200 pounds. Plus, he had to ensure the safety of the capsule. I don't think I could have even walked under those circumstances.
Walking straight forward is probably about all I'd have been able to manage. Alright, are we gonna use the actual diagram this time? We're gonna save. We're not gonna accidentally present incorrect evidence this time when I try to save. I'm gonna go with the diagram of the place.
Objection!
Yeah, it's a ladder. You need 2 hands. Not a step ladder. Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth? The truth? Now I face so I hold. The earth is blue, and so am I, as Phoenix would say. So, I guess the earth isn't blue? Yeah, that's it. The truth, Mr. Starbuck. No, the oxygen concentration is super low in this area. Buddy, stop pretending to die. Mr. Justice, the witness appears confused. Please help draw out the truth from him. Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route. Huh? Not as long as this was along the route. The ladder, not the step ladder.
Take that!
To get down from the upper to the middle level where the launchpad 1 corridor is, we would have had to go down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Please, if somebody says a step ladder, I kind of hope somebody says it's a step ladder, just so we can dunk on them, because it's very obviously not a step ladder. That was the only way I could escape.
Objection!
But how would that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Terran over your shoulder, were you not? And remember, he was in full space gear as well, putting him at over 200 pounds. Well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity is only 1/6 of what it is on Earth.
Objection!
We are not on the moon, sir. But the Space Center is located on Earth. Short of being an octopus, climbing a ladder with an adult male in space gear in one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other, is impossible, wouldn't you say? Oh. So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb down the ladder with your arms full? Ah! Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth, now. Was he trying to maybe steal the capsule or something? Oh, engineer, where's the engineer? Oxygen leak detected at Pussy Maintenance, oh my god! Bro is defying gravity. Good lord. I caught on the ceiling. Help? Anyone? Bailiff, prepare the cherry picker. We must launch our rescue mission at once.
Oh, that's one way to take off while being questioned.
Rather proves innocence, he can go to space again someday for real. Hi, Candace. Now then, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your feet planted on the ground? Yes, I apologize for losing control. Get this man a Xanax, please. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Not that! Anything but that! What's going on? This isn't the Mr. Starbuck I know. It appears Space Boy is prone to deception. Even to himself. He actually is gonna have to face his shadow in here, no way. Witness! Yikes! Yes? I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect. Oh yeah, he is on those meds. Prosecutor Blackquill! Please don't talk about that! What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackquill? Didn't I already state that Space Boy is ironically terrified of going into space? That's why he took some precautions just before the launch. So he did have his Xanax there. Traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in his system. Oh, I sense things are about to nosedive. You've got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It was found in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it. How could that be? Somebody must have slipped them to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember. Because of the side effects. Yeah, that's why I don't remember much of what really happened. Do we know what specifically it was? Like, do we have a list of side effects? The Slouch twins. Order him in the court. We can't get any useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything.
Well, this certainly explains why his testimony keeps changing.
Ugh. Why didn't he just tell me he couldn't remember?
I guess he didn't want anybody to find out he was terrified of going into space.
Maybe I really did do it. Which brings us to the answer of our original question, of how the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body. It does? So, what is it? A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, Justice Durno. So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder. Oh my, I see. And then the defendant could climb down with his free hand. I mean, there would be signs of blunt force trauma on the body, right? Falling down. I mean, it's not like a huge drop, but I mean, it's a whole floor's worth of a drop, so...
Objection!
There would be signs of that on the body. Drop the body down? Who would do such a disrespectful thing? Besides, dropping the body would leave marks on the body itself. So you are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct. Oh, but they brought a mat from the schoolyard. They brought a mat from Themis Academy. Huh? What's this? It's the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why. We're saying that broke the fall? You can't be implying a rupture when the defendant dropped the victim's body. I am, with a fracture easily when
Objection!
Even if that's true, the tank's explosion and shrapnel would leave its mark on the body. Yet, according to the autopsy report, only the knife wound was found on the victim's body. You're not gonna update the autopsy report now, are you? Because that's Miles' shtick. And where the hell is he? He has not been mentioned by name for a game and a half now. I'm wondering, I mean, Phoenix did say something about meeting a friend in Europe. And I'm guessing it might be Edgeworth, but we don't know that for sure. I'm hoping it's Edgeworth, because I need more of him. Where is he?
Silence!
Grrr. A spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Dono. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of the fabric of tomorrow. This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space, so falling a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on— Then how was he stabbed through the goddamn suit? That doesn't make sense either.
Objection!
And in that video footage, there was no knife sticking out of his chest. There shouldn't be impossible to stab someone that's what I'm saying. It should, and yet through sheer coincidence. The knife slipped through a weak spot in the suit's structure and found its way to its target. What are the chances Achilles' spacesuit square or whatever? You figured our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how the suits work. He's got me there. And now my argument has been proven. Space Boy killed the victim in the rocket, then dropped his body from the upper level. There's no knife. I mean, it's kind of dark, but in the photo, there's very clearly a knife, like, in the logo part of the suit, and there's not one here. Hiccup, sorry. After climbing down, he shouldered the body and made sure the camera recorded them. There's no room for debate about these facts. It is clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Tarrant. Ah! Here, the report regarding the astronauts' oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx. Damn. Alright. Alright. This report's pretty detailed. Let's see what it says. Alright. The display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. Victim was ruptured and remaining was 0. Okay, and his tank was 80% full. Alright. Remaining oxygen is found on the left shoulder. Hold on. Can we see that in any photos? Alright, we can't see what his said. Can we see it in the other footage? 50. Aha! There's an inconsistency there. Haha! Let's see. The display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows the oxygen remaining. Guess it means he's glowing cyan digits to represent the amount of oxygen in the tank. I'm done for. I'm going to prison instead of space. I don't know why I started singing there. Space Boy. Yes. Take heart. The bejeweled night sky is still beautiful even when viewed through bars. You mean the stars as seen from prison? Aw, taco scratches! Aw, this is so cute. I'm never gonna get over how cute this sprite is. Look how happy he is for little chin scratches. That's right. Your cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. It's like being an astronaut on your own craft for all time. That's not a half-bad thought, buddy. Mr. Starbuck. Prosecutor Blackwell got to him good. Spaceship prison cell, fly me, my guilt, and my despair into the deepest, darkest space. And then, let's get sucked into a black hole together!
Objection!
I don't know what happened to my voice there. I feel like my voice for him is all over the goddamn place. Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope. Oh. Yes, Apollo? You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you are an incredible man. He said you'd never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation. He said that? So don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Tarrant. Aww. For Clay! You're wasting your breath. Ah! Cords of Steel time. Grah! Hi, Candace. Now he really is Kaito Momoto, luminary of the stars. Apollo, thank you. The impossible is always possible. You just gotta make it so, or whatever the hell he said. I can see things clearly now. Mr. Starbuck. I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission. Right. We'll both be fine. Fine. +1 to the fine counter. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. And after that, we'll get you back into space. Ah! You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul! I'm on fire! I am Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself. This is no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down. Boulder Dash. The sun, the moon. All of space is calling me Solomon Saul Starbuck. Ready for launch? Begin the countdown. Is he not gonna fake his death anymore? 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Bro is swimming. Wouldn't it be funny if the bomb in the courtroom went off right now? Well, I feel like I've witnessed an actual rocket launch.
Apollo, you did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackwell's grip over Mr. Starbuck.
I can't take the credit, it was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through. We didn't even need to do a mood matrix or anything. If you simpletons are done massaging one another's egos, no matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness? Ugh,
I can't let up now. I have to stop Blackwell. I have to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just doesn't make it back into space.
The boys! The boys! Also, where do you get his jacket from? If this is literally the day of the bombing, wouldn't you have it by now? Gotta destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think! Brain blast! Only people at Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck. And if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, then the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. But that's a different number. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is with evidence that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In which case, could it be that... Hold on. Victim's tank is ruptured. Could this be Clay then? And then... I don't know. Could this be, Starbuck then? The one that was, like, passed out? Because the oxygen tank's ruptured, 0. It could be hot, above 80 at that point, and his lower, you know? 50 is between 80 and 0. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know, I'm starting to think this could be Clay. Let's see. Not this data that we just received. This supposedly proves that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in Launchpad 1. But if I'm gonna prove that false, then there must be something I can use here. Enough of this farce, your boldness. Let's have your verdict.
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. What about this oxygen tank data you submitted just now? It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining while Mr. Terrence had 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report? Of course. Then I guess it simply means that it's faulty as evidence goes. You will explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of the case. Take a look here at this detailed description and you'll see what I mean. I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory. Yes, Your Honor, right away.
Take that!
And how does this evidence present a contradiction? The problem is this part here. Boom.
Take that!
Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carries Mr. Terran. It appears to say 50. Yes, but according to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining. The oxygen in the tank increased. I see Your Honor finds it as strange as I do. It's bad enough there's a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on here?
Silence!
I too find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. Would it be as odd as if my rations were to increase? Because I am prison, Mike, and I am in prison. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that it was the defendant carrying the victim's corpse.
Objection!
Wrong. I'm going to bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules. God damn, Apollo! Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, just as your rations don't increase. Damn. And he said then starve. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it.
Silence!
In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen? You better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency as mere equipment malfunction. Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, we cannot provide an adequate counter. Didn't they functioning properly? I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. Do you think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased? Of course I can. A thing to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around. Mr. Starbuck has no memory of it, but he claims to have carried clay. He was passed out, that's why he wouldn't remember. Nope. But if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have showed an 80. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be asking is not why did the oxygen level increase, but what had to have happened to make it look like it increased? Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting. Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. The victim was carrying the defendant. What if it was the other way around? The other way around? You care to explain, Mr. Justice? As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in this footage. But it turns out, this is where our base assumptions went astray. We assumed it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Taryn, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Taryn at all. It was Mr. Taryn who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge. It was what? Did he not want to be embarrassed about, like, passing out at the rocket or something? Hold up, Mr. Justice! You mean to tell us, V, that the person on the right in this image is the victim, Clay Taryn? It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%. And when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%.
That's right. There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing.
This means that Mr. Taryn was alive as they made their escape to the lounge.
Silence!
How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed? Even if the victim was alive at this point, then. How did he descend the ladder with his arms full? Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with a broken blade. Oh, get him. Excuse me. It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigation. But we have proven that Mr. Taryn was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shatters your claims and opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. Got him! There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene. Can we truly trust their statements?
Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police?
Yes, it's certainly possible. Might have to do a little more digging. Too bad we can't ask Candace about it. Seems up to the testimony of these first two people on the scene. Score! Come to think of it, Detective Arm should be here in court right now. She is! Everybody say hi! She's next to the witness stand. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand? Aw, this motherfucker.
I have an announcement to make, everyone.
Oh, here we go. What is the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here. Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode! Explode! Uh-oh. Oopie. A bomb now? Everybody run!
I don't want to die. Oh no, everybody's panicking.
Silence!
He does not give a fuck. Headless chickens with a death wish, the lot of you. Calm yourselves before all else.
Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here. But what about Mr. Starbuck's dream? And who'll carry out Clay's final wish?
He does not give a fuck. Neither one of them care. I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up forever. God damn. Aww. I refuse to let things end here. Can't we postpone this until later?
Apollo, this is no time to be dramatic. If you don't get out of here now, we're gonna die.
Yeah, it's fake, yeah.
Come on, this way. Hey, ouch. Let me go.
Well,
Apollo.
Juniper, she hasn't evacuated yet?
Ah!
Juniper, are you alright?
Apollo, no. Not that way.
Ouch. My boy is having the worst week of his life. His friend dies, then he gets exploded, then he gets bonked again, and now I don't know what the hell's going on. Die dramatic indeed. Alrighty, hold on. Alright, well. Before we continue, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, actually. We'll continue with this. I'll be back in just a moment, so hang tight. We'll continue this in a moment.
Shadows old mass destruction.
Alright, Slayers. Let's continue. Let's see where we go from here. Alright. We continue. Investigation time. Alright. What day is this? In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. And then Apollo, yeah. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Aww. And then he wore his dead friend's jacket, which I don't know where he got that from. Damn. Fortunately, Juniper Woods was Phoenix, stop! Ace Attorney, stop! Why? Why? You gotta stop! Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was accused to be the courtroom bomber, suspected. I'm not saying that. I'm not reading it as it was. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. Are we caught up in real time now? Oh my god, wait! We're in real time! We managed to clear Miss Woods' name. And then he was hurt even more. Paul sustained further injuries. He was attacked by Ted Tonate. My poor boy is really going through it. Oh, brother. December 19th. So we're all caught up. No more flashbacks.
Apollo is a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him.
Yeah, poor guy being attacked by Tonate like that on top of all his other injuries. Damn. And then they got the clay jacket. Apollo's resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. Why is he there? I've had some experience with that place myself, so we should take him somewhere else. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital, of all places. Aww. You must miss him too, huh? Now you don't have anybody to tease. Oh, that's her brother! She doesn't know, but it is! Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. Is that his jacket? Was that always there? Aww. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. Aww. You won the court case, and nobody feels much like celebrating. Aww.
All right, enough of this, people. This is no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you.
You're the only one who's crying, Athena.
Technicalities. Look, we have work to do. We have to take over.
Take over what exactly?
Apollo's Space Center case, of course. As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade. Right, Daddy?
Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know, but he did fall on the ground. So,
Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run.
What? Right now? No? We better but not be running the whole way. There she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy?
Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm going to bake some cookies and fill up my magic panties for you.
Trucy seems to be feeling a little better. I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm.
Oh, she's back. Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag.
Sounds more like you forgot everything. Can always count on Athena for that, too.
All right, you two. Let's be careful out there. Bye-bye.
So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous, even I've heard of him.
That's right.
Yeah, and Phoenix is very out of touch with the youths and everything.
He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago.
You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. Oh. Wow. That was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yes, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it, yeah. I mean, his first mentor is, that's a lot of baggage.
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered.
And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait, don't I know you from somewhere?
Huh? You mean, other than at your trial? I don't think so.
I guess so. My mistake. Does that have a relation to whatever Athena's backstory is? Oh, my memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes. He's seriously gotta stop depressing himself.
Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere, that just means we'd shine like shooting stars, right?
Like shooting stars, huh? Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like that? You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? After all, what were we put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. Guess I should have mentioned the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Phoenix. Aw, yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year again! Swimming to the stratosphere and beyond! Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? I have a badge. So, what do you think about this? The evidence is gonna get me convicted. No, it's my attorney's badge. I was hoping to reassure you that we're here to defend you. Evidence isn't just for the prosecution. It can help prove a person's innocence, too. That's a positive spin on things. I thought that was common knowledge. Okay. My all-important badge. Anything new? Alright. We have new profiles. She studied psychology while she was in Europe. Aw. Polly! My daughter! I adopted her 8 years ago. Huh. Alright. So you have no memory at all of the incident? I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula.
Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial?
Maybe he was knocked out. You know, he was unconscious, probably. I don't know about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It is true, I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know. Oh, the so-called Hat 1 miracle? It must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know.
But the tranquilizers were found in your system.
Did somebody slip them to him? Yeah, see, that's the thing, but I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you? Exactly, that's what I thought. It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it.
Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed. I'll say. They even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small, like about the murder weapon, for example. That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah. Staff who work on machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner, but I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer.
No wonder they dubbed it the Hat 1 miracle. It's a miracle you made it back.
Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on forever, and ever, without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone, with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. That's terrifying. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Man. So he made it up, but lost contact and everything?
With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission?
What? No way, of course not. Even now, I want to go up into space so bad, I can barely stand it.
I want to shake off the Earth's gravity at escape velocity and spin around weightless. But you have to admit it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid?
I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is a man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. Indeed. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. Aw, what a man. The victim, Clay Terran. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like Master and Apprentice or anything like that. They're like literally like Phoenix and Apollo's ages even. Aw. But Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. Just like you and Polly. Your not son. Oh, with his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now...
Clay must have been very encouraging, huh?
Yeah, it's funny, really. Everything's fine. Whenever I hear him shout, "You're fine!" That makes me sad! I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine.
You're fine. Apollo says I'm fine, and you're fine all the time, too. And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout it.
Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. Aww. One day out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much, they were like a part of the staff. One time during Zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" Aww, the boys! That's actually really sweet. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. Aww. So I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? Aw, that's actually really sweet that he still does that, and like... I should ask more about Clay and Apollo, more about Clay and their relationship now. Aw.
Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he's climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder?
Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so it has to exist. Oh, brother, from the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. That prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows. I mean, you can check right now, I mean, if it's in the evening, but it's not.
You're fine! Solomon Saul Starbuck is fine! Everything is going to be all right. Huh? And Athena Sykes is fine! Come on, Mr. Wright, you too!
Do I really have to? Come on, Phoenix. Phoenix Wright is fine.
I can't hear you!
Phoenix Wright is fine!
We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence, and have faith in us.
Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. I vow to make it back into space. All I need first is a not guilty verdict. It sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine. Yes, everything is so fine.
Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto.
Good idea. Let's go. Bye-bye. Wow. I was wondering what kind of place the Space Center would be. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future.
Yeah. Did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close? Oh, so check it out. Look at how bright the Gyaxa, what is that, Gyaxa? The Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entryway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going.
Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what is GYA supposed to stand for? Galaxy?
Like, yeah! Like anime girl, but instead of like, yeah, it's yeah! If it were that, then the whole thing would be like something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to Gaxa or even Gaia. Gaia? No way!
Huh, I guess so.
Gaia's a fitting name, you know, Earth and then space.
Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y.
This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Was this a conversation he had with Trucy about the naming of the agency, or...?
Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction.
Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Galactic scooter, full speed ahead. Oh my god, is this Larry? Oh. Okay, sir. That's not Larry. Definitely not.
Yikes, who's this geezer? And what's he want?
One eye. Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science. Pardon me, but you are... My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos, this guy. Okay. Suspect. I am the director of Cosmos Space Center. Oh, he does have two eyes. I swear to God, it was not rendered in the other sprites. The center of the cosmos.
Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing.
This person is the Space Center's director, and that means...
Ah, so you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you?
And who was the first to find the victim? Oh my god, did Apollo give you his eye? Is that why he has one eye bandaged and it's only partially visible to you? Space Center Director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Ong. That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the... Oh my god, dude. This sounds like Pokemon music almost. What's this talk of the incident? Yeah, your eye is missing now. It showed up briefly, but now it's missing. Apollo gave you his eyeball, and sometimes it shows up, but sometimes it doesn't. That's my crackpot theory. Nah, I know that's not actually it. But this talk of the incident, are you by any chance the space police? You can't tag the word space onto just any old thing, you know. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case.
Oh, and our Earth lawyers, by the way.
Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead, have at it.
I can already tell he's going to be nothing but trouble.
Don't let him hear you say that. You'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him when he found the body, okay? I have a badge. Oh, he doesn't have anything to say? Damn. Let's ask you a question. What will that object contribute to the future of mankind? Law power, baby. Not much, I guess. I'm gonna fix the dark age of the law. That's what it's gonna contribute. Then how important could it be? There, I shows up again. Quite unlike the great historical figure, Yuri Cosmos. Alright, so you're very humble. Ha 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 ha! He's any more self-absorbed, he'll turn into his very own black hole. Alright. So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically? Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind. I believe I used the word specifically in my question. Attention all personnel! To all break stations, prepare for your break! Do all the employees have to roleplay here, all like the tour guides and everything? They have to RP as astronauts?
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
Yep, that's a true boss, a true CEO type figure. That is exactly right, because I'm an important man, my manner is important. So you don't have you don't do any actual work.
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm.
Well, there's bound to be some people like that here in the boundlessness of space. What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go on, have at it. Might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it specifically. And it wasn't it a disaster? Can you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day? I refuse! Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the center of the cosmos. Oh, bro. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow?
That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about.
Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about.
Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. Alright, Hat 1. The Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home. I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. How old is he? 62. Very well, I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat 1 project. Well, I don't know what kind of voice to give him. Hat 1's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid. Is the capsule, does that contain pieces of the Hat 1 expedition? And Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit, from where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely to Earth. That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred. Oh, that's Athena speaking.
That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred, right?
Correct. And it truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we've had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years. That's quite impressive. Guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all. In the golden age of space and the dark age of the law, two sides of the same coin. Our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of this space center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential. A single moon rock, and now it looks like we have more than that. I remember that being big. Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission, as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
Well, we're back in the 60s. What? Bite your tongue. It's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission. It's all about you. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it. I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena.
Huh? Oh, well, I thought I'd better brush up for the case.
Is that so? Are you a space nerd, secretly? Well, I will be on my way. As you can see, I am a very busy and very important man. Galactic Scooter, fire up the main engine, max battle speed, and engage! He's zooming. That thing is surprisingly fast. I didn't see, is it a Segway or like an electric scooter? I guess we better get going too.
You bet. Let's make it so.
Yes, let's like the impossible. Kaito Momoto, the impossible is possible. You gotta make it so.
My badge is starting to look pretty good on me, don't you think?
It suits you well.
I'm starting to feel like it gives me more dignity and presence, too.
I think she might be expecting a little too much from one tiny little badge. Some people don't even acknowledge it, which is sad. Oh. I just want to see dialogue.
Athena Sykes is fine.
Huh? What's that all about?
I thought I'd better get fired up twice as much to make up for Apollo being gone. For starters, I thought I'd imitate him.
So you were doing a voice workout, huh?
Yep. You have to push your voice up from the pit of your stomach. Hold it. There's a contradiction in the witness's statement.
You're really serious about this. Yeah, diaphragmatic breathing and all.
Objection! You are lying. The true culprit is the judge.
I was about to say something. Never mind. Then who's going to hand out the verdict?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
So what do you think we should do next?
Oh, that's right.
What is it, Athena?
I just remembered I forgot to go running today. I was so taken up with what happened to Apollo, it slipped my mind.
That wasn't what I was asking. She is a go-getter. I wish I could be like her. Oh, it's so cute in here. This looks so... I want to ride this thing. That looks fun. So this is where Mr. Tarum was murdered.
Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now, we're in the main building here on the right side on the 3rd floor. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launchpad 1 after the explosion.
You there. No admittance without express permission.
We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate.
Sorry, nobody gets in without permission. Not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. So Detective Fulbright is here, huh? Yeah, he's in the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him and then we'll talk.
Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. Let's see. What trick should I use on him today?
I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid.
So, to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor, we just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it, I think.
Wait, that door... looks awfully familiar.
Good eye there, boss. This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad.
Ah, that explains it.
The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Now come on, let's go.
Alrighty.
Hello, Bobby.
Robot?
Even in space, safety first.
So this is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape.
Yep, this is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building.
I see police tape down at the other end. Guess we won't be looking at the launch pad. Damn.
After the explosion, this whole corridor must have been filled with smoke.
And the launch pad itself is probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them.
Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there.
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? Oh my god, is he trying to decide whether to walk the way that's actually going there or go up against the, you know, like swim upstream? What a guy.
He seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor is a straight shot.
Huh? Ah, it's you lawyer people! Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing? We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share?
Boss, if he acts at all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with the whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it?
Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something? Info on the case, huh? Alright. I'll gladly share some with you. Oh wow.
Huh? What just happened?
Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today.
I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today.
Well, we need information, so let's run with it.
If you say so.
First, I have a badge. Something for the lost and found. I'll be sure to take care of it. No, this is an important piece of evidence. Okay, nothing special there. Alright, what's going on here, buddy? Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene?
There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do?
That's an easy one. I'll let him know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it. A month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub. No, that's okay, but thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know. What is going on with you, buddy?
Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kind of gross, actually. Do you think he hit his head or something?
Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier. What did Black Cold do to him this time? You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incidents, weren't you, Detective? That's right. I was here on a security assignment.
The police are required to secure rocket launches now?
I didn't know that. Yes, well, you know us. To serve and protect, ha ha ha. The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation. He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course. A bomb went off on the second floor of the main building. Are we gonna have to do if we're Phoenix again, are we gonna have to do Psyche Locks or something? Right after that, the one in Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter. Shelter? That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like.
So where were you when the first bomb went off?
I was on duty on the fourth floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the second floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way.
Then wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter?
No, we lowered an emergency ladder from a fourth floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, and it was an actual ladder, not a step ladder. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter.
Wow, what an ordeal. But climbing down an emergency ladder sounds kind of fun.
Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Just a moment. I have some more information to share with you. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackquill, okay? Ooh.
Wow, and Prosecutor Blackquill usually has you on a short leash, too.
Ooh, well, never mind that. Haha! I thought you should know that there was a witness. The witness. Could you tell us more about this witness? Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the fourth floor. Is it Larry Butts this time? Oh, it's not. When she was coming down, she looked out through a window into the third floor lounge. I don't know why I keep suspecting Larry Butts is gonna show up. I think, I don't even know. Larry is the robot, actually.
So she was looking into the crime scene from the outside?
That's right. It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though.
You don't? But that's the most important thing of all.
Ah, don't you worry. I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be here somewhere in the Space Center. We might even run into her. A fourth floor employee, huh? All right. Thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright.
Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even.
Yes, well, actually, something you can't talk about? Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Can we unlock you, maybe? I'll be on my way now. Kinda sus. What's that all about?
Something is definitely going on. I'm gonna get it out of him the next time I see him.
Okay, I'm not so sure he'll talk about it, though. Phoenix, you've unlocked people's secrets with your Magatama before. Like, don't act innocent here. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. I wanna talk to the robot. Maybe the robot saw something. I hope the robot's a witness. Can we please put the robot on the witness stand? I think we should. Get the robot's testimony. We should also put the seahorse on the witness stand while we're at it. Ah, you two, Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too if you'd like.
Oh, that's all right, but thank you for the offer.
Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now let's see, where's that diagram again? So this lounge is on the third floor of the main building, and according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend.
Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person then.
You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem, though. This room... it's just so big. Oh my god, I just saw this chair up there. Oh man.
Don't worry, we can use this to help us out.
The Space Center pamphlet for tourists.
Yep, picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep, here it is. A map of the lounge.
All right. All right.
This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright.
Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Alrighty.
Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person.
Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window?
Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Oh, that's a relief. We're gonna have to, is it like Gordy? We're gonna put him on the witness stand?
There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet anyway.
What, you don't want to see this fun little guy? The only reason you're so eager to start is so you can push that button, isn't it?
And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues.
Buttons are meant to be pushed. Alright, let's get investigating. I want to go in this thing. Actually, no, that would actually make me sick. No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity? Uh-oh. Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just outmuscle me.
Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that up there.
Oh. Oh, there's a shard. Some kind of fragment, it's stuck in tight. That's what the glint was all about.
That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank.
I think you're right. But if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. It exploded.
So Prosecutor Blackpool's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge.
So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad.
Way to go, Apollo.
Alrighty. I want to see the guy outside. At first glance, it looks like a peaceful landscape, but then there's that creature. Do you not like the creature, Phoenix? I think it's very whimsical and fun looking.
Didn't the Hope probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what its surface looked like.
I don't know. I think it would have made the news if they discovered a creature like that.
It did make quite a bit of news, though, when the probe came back.
Yeah. The Hope probe didn't even go to a planet. It went to an asteroid. That's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. What's this? It's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. What is that thing? Like, what are those tubes?
According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too.
Why would anybody want to have something like that here?
It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body.
Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle zero G? Window.
A window, and it's right next to the holographic image, too. I bet it's here to help people see the stark contrast between reality and virtual reality.
Way off. It says emergency ventilation, you know, to clear smoke from a fire.
See? It's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality.
Very poetic. So this is where they discovered Clay.
Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo.
Man. So he's stretched out like this and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos?
That's the thing Prosecutor Blackpool mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples.
Alright. Director Casas mentioned something about that too, didn't he? But they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the Hat 1 launched.
I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see?
Well, let's think about that after we solve the case, okay? I mean, they are very secret research material, so I doubt it. So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room.
Well, let's check. Drum roll, please.
Hiccup.
Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them Lefty, Righty, and Downy.
People usually say west, east, and south in a case like this, you know. Come on, Phoenix, let her be silly.
Details, details. Anyway, take a look at the west door.
All right.
That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on the map, Launchpad 1 corridor.
So that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion.
Right. Next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. The boring world. That's the door with the satellite dish icon to signify communication, aka the control room.
Yep, it definitely says control room. Looks like there's another door on the opposite side.
They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in the space from there. So, it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will.
Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while?
But it seems like they built a new Commander's Center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hat 2 mission. So this control room was empty at the time.
I don't know about that, actually. Now I'm kind of suspicious. I've always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room, and since we're here...
I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through.
With that much security, I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena. Jesus.
So apparently, the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies.
Alright. Okay, what about that last door?
This lower door, oh, excuse me, I mean south door, it leads to the elevators.
This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right? Oh, people go up, robots go down? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yup, and of course, there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone.
But the elevators weren't working at the time to do the explosion.
Well, that's about it for the 3 musketeers of the boarding lounge.
Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge to help us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp where all the doors go. Alrighty. Where's my cursor? Alright. This door. Door.
Let's see, this door is... Where's that pamphlet? Here we are. It's the door to the corridor that leads to Launchpad 1.
Yuka, welcome. We're in a subnautical living habitat. Hello. We are in a space station. Apparently there's a little silly holographic thing. There was an explosion at the space station, and Apollo's best friend was murdered. And we're in real time now. Now Apollo's in the hospital after being injured twice in the past 24 hours. So now we're taking over his case. That's what's happening. How are you doing? Yeah, Apollo is having a very, very rough week. I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. You're doing good? Glad to hear that. Nice. This thing behind the door, this must be the fingerprint recognition device.
Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial.
The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device, and allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. Then, does this mean the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small.
Voila! Fingerprint powder. I bought it just in case something like this came up. Emma!
Emma moment!
I found it at the office. I've just been itching for a chance to use it.
You took the Emma powder? Oh, way to think ahead. Oh, let's dust the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find.
You got it. Now to sprinkle some here and a little over there, and...
Alright, dusting time? Oh, we don't get to do it.
Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. Aw, it's only a single set of prints.
Isn't that a good thing? Sure, I wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although I doubt we'd be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints on the first try. Yeah, this would just show... Isn't this just the last person who used it?
Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data.
Right. And there's a security footage of the store too. You better not... If Emma gets wind that Phoenix was doing forensic science without her, she is gonna be pissed.
Yes, here it is. It came up in court the other day.
Wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit.
Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away.
Yeah, he's in almost too good of a mood today. What is Black Quill giving him? Alrighty. Are things going well between him and Black Quill, I'm gathering?
I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on a stove.
Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove will require knob security like that?
Well, the knob is straight up and down. So it was for a stove, the burner would be off.
Right, if it was for a stove.
Still, I wonder what it's really for. Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove. How about a rocket engine?
If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in.
And I guess all we can say for now is it's a mystery knob.
Trash. Alright, go back. What is... more training? What is this thing? Moon! I see footprint! Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says. Warning.
Oh boy, I want to try it. Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do mid-air somersaults.
We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling.
Well, at least I could jump really high.
I used to love going to like the science centers and stuff as a kid. When then there were like kind of like play area type zones. And there was like I remember there was this one like big trampoline that had like giant like. It was like a super bouncy trampoline where they put you in a harness and like help you bounce extra high and like you could do flips and stuff too. It was really fun. There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, "Don't jump too high."
Then what good is this thing?
Didn't I say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Footprint danger. Warning, helmet use required. Please use the moonwalk apparatus responsibly. Yeah, we don't want that to happen to you, Athena. Don't get bonked. Vent. Oh, ooh, shiny.
Hey, I see something shiny down there.
Is it more shrapnel? Oh, is that a fucking bullet? We've seen this before. We've seen a bullet looking... Wasn't there a bullet that looked like this in the previous game? It's very small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see, they'll make the caliber 10.
Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right?
Yes, but I've never heard of a 10 caliber gun before. Point 10. This bullet must be for a special kind of gun.
I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out.
Yeah, must have been a really small gun.
I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left on the south door side of the room according to this map.
Huh.
That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here.
Yeah, we'll leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. Huh. Okay, that's odd. Like, I mean, the autopsy report says stabbing. So I don't know how that's related. Okay, what's here? What's this? A trapdoor?
It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here.
The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies.
No way! All the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want.
Please put the robot on the witness stand. If that robot does not show up on the witness stand tomorrow, I'm gonna be upset. Why? You know, Chekhov's robot. Don't show a robot during the investigation if it's not gonna be on the witness stand during the trial. Okay. Is that all? Oh wait, there's one more place. Oh my god, it's the pods. Oh man, transport pods. Oh man. I was watching Hannah play Zero Time Dilemma earlier today, and seeing the transport pods here, it's giving me flashbacks. That is genuinely one of the most insane games I have ever played. I don't care to repeat the experience ever, but it's fun watching someone else play it and laugh at it. I enjoy it more watching other people play it than I did playing it myself, I think. These are apparently oxygen capsules. They're for recovery after a training session.
I wonder if they can change your voice. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Huh? It didn't do a thing.
It's not helium, Athena, it's oxygen.
Yeah, you need the helium to like speak up here, and my voice is all crackly.
My voice is... I don't know what's happening, I'm sorry.
Just push it. That's the invariable principle of buttons.
There are such things as buttons left unpushed. Does that change the hologram? No!
The giant holographic image disappeared.
It's so sad now. Well, that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can't find anything new with the image off. Alright, is this,
Oh, a mirror. How thoughtful of them to put one here.
thoughtful?
So the ladies can fix their makeup. One's appearance is just as important in space as it is on Earth, you know. You never know when you're gonna run into some other life form after all.
I doubt anybody who thinks like that would ever become an astronaut in the first place. Come on, Phoenix, stop being a buzzkill! Alrighty. Hold on. Oh! Is that a crack? Uh-oh, bullet cracking glass?
Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this.
Looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena.
It's pretty big. Whoever fired the shot must have been using a pretty large gun.
Bigger than the .10 caliber? .1 caliber? I don't know. How do you read this out loud? It's a 10 caliber, .1 caliber, .10, like... based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol.
Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right?
Apparently. This is an important fact. Do you see a bullet around here somewhere?
No, the police might have taken it though.
Could it possibly have, like, bounced from there into the grate? Could it really have ricocheted that far?
Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later.
Huh.
Welcome.
Oh my god. It's not enough to give the robot eyelashes to designate that it's female. They had to give it boobs, too. Wow.
Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome.
What in the world?
My name is Ponko. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you.
It's a robot.
I am not a robot. I am Ponko. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Oh, Ponko, I've missed you.
Huh? Do you know this thing, Athena? Please put Ponko on the witness stand.
Oh, she showed us around last time when I came here with Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. She's like a puppy. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy, so very happy.
Oh, a guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you.
I don't know you. I don't know you.
Huh? Ouch, that hurt.
Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too. His name is Phoenix.
A bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it. That's literally your name, Phoenix. Saying overly familiar when that is literally your goddamn name.
Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face.
Oh, sure. Please comment on how unphotogenic he is. Unphotogenic.
Registering. Facial registration sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix.
Huh. This robot's pretty cute.
You made a friend, boss! Isn't it great?
Yeah, you made a friend! Yippee!
Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you right this way. Oh, goody! Let's go, boss!
Go where? Oh, jacket. Oh, why is there a Terran in it? Terran, Clay, Terran. I assume this is Clay and Terra are like Earth-related terms. But there's a slash in that. Good lord. All right, before we continue this, actually, I need to run to the bathroom again real quick. I'm so sorry. I'll be back in a moment. Just give me a moment. Alright, we're so back. We are so back. Alrighty. I just noticed December 19th. It's 5 days away from almost Christmas. We're in the Space Museum. Oh wait, is this... No, yeah, this is a museum. Oh wow, what is this place? Is that rocket real? This is... I mean, there's merchandise everywhere.
Welcome. Welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the Hat 1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one. The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map.
All right. On the exact opposite side of the main building from Launchpad 1. Huh. I'm feeling some caffeine peppiness right now. Like, not jitters per se, but like, I don't know, I feel extra hyper, I guess. I will not be sleeping tonight. Oh.
Ask me anything. Anything. I will explain.
I have a badge. Can I show you that?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wasn't helpful. I'll try to do better in the future. Please don't hate me.
Aw, poor thing. No, I feel bad for asking. Aw, it's okay. Alright, let's talk about Hat 1. This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up.
This is a replica of the Hat 1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real Hat 1, inside and out. Its little brother, the Hat 2, was supposed to launch the other day.
I wonder if Ponko knows why the launch was cancelled. Yeah, she seems too cheerful.
Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out. Check it out.
Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'll have to come here again on a day off. Hey, what's this photo of?
Oh, it's a baby. It's little Clay. Aw, 7 years ago. Was he just a little apprentice at the time? Could have been like, what, 16? Oh, and little Ponko too.
Why do they all look like Pokemon gym leaders? Or like Pokemon trainers? And this sounds like Pokemon-esque music. You know, like this is literally like a psychic type gym leader or something, or even a ghost type. I don't know. Or even they look like gym leaders. Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different.
And that's...
What is it, Athena? Is something wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Do you recognize somebody else in here? Okay. What's wrong?
I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too, that's all.
Do you recognize one of these ladies? Well, it was 7 years ago after all. So the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck...
It's Clay Terran, the victim.
So they were mentor and protege even way back then. He's even got one of the staff jackets. He looks like just like a regular staff member.
No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets.
Aw. Okay, that makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. Damn, they don't know what's about to happen. The Space Museum's great. What fantastic exhibits.
This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor.
Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead?
There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts, budget cuts. We need more money, money! Would you be willing to donate to the Cosmos Space Center? By your generous donation, we can continue our space exploration programs.
Who would record that kind of information into a guy robot? Capitalism, baby.
While it was in space, the Hat 1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid and returned 5 days ago.
That's what Director Cosmos said, too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed.
And here it is, the Hope space probe.
I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Is it on the, Do we have anything with it? Or... let's see. Oh yeah, that. In the capsule. I think it had the same logo. I think it could be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her. Well, let's talk to this about this first.
The way the Space Center launch pad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you?
The setup of the launch pad? Going gentle on my spiky-haired mind.
I want to know. I want to know. Phoenix wants to know too.
Great. Now Athena's got a case of ponchoitis.
Hooray! I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails.
Okay, oh, I'm sensing some flashbacks from a certain Danganronpa case now with this.
And brought into position at the launch site.
Huh. Okay, well this changes a lot. Maybe it could have been moved on the thing. If it was supposed to, if the rocket was about to launch, then doesn't that mean it would have connected to like... That doesn't make sense, you know? If it was about to launch, it would have been in that position, which was like alongside the control room, even though there's no passage. It would have been a different position. I don't know.
Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all.
It's very cool. A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year, myself included.
I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh? That it is, but it can also be operated from the new command center too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged.
I guess before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures.
I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for? Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold.
Because of the bombing and the murder, but which is perfectly understandable.
Well, when was the last time it was moved? Searching data. I'm sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database.
I guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for being here. How's it going? Sorry, I can't read the thing. Boy Man, welcome. How's it going? I need to show the photo. Zion Boyman, thank you. How's it going? Thanks for being here. Here, look at this. And we're showing her a picture of a dead body, so how's she gonna react to that? Do you recognize this capsule here in the top right?
Checking registered data.
Yeah, he's dead. Pain. Oh.
I know. It's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe.
It contained the asteroid samples, right?
Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed. It must not be removed.
Well, about that.
Don't worry, Ponko. The people in charge already know what happened.
He got Fabermax. No! Pain.
They do. I must ask them later.
So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion.
The Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got a chance to check the contents.
Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. Man, Watch there be something other than the asteroid samples in there. Like the gun, maybe, I don't know. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum.
Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well. I love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently. Is that a scalpel in him? It's a utility knife. I mean, it kind of looks like it, but somehow he was stabbed through this thick-ass spacesuit. I don't know how that happened.
It's because Ponko is so friendly.
Oh, what should we investigate next?
Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about.
Let's see, the security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Okay, let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor. I bet your finest unbelievable— oh yeah, somehow he was stabbed through a spacesuit. I don't know how that happened. Apparently there's a weak spot in the spacesuit that our defendant, who is also an astronaut, apparently knew about the weak spot in the fabric that he could do a stabby stab through. That's what the prosecution's running with. Huh. Have you played this game before? I'm a big Ace Attorney fan. Yeah, how the hell does a spacesuit have a weak spot? Good question. Sounds like a manufacturing issue. Sounds like a design issue. I don't know how that happens. But yeah, have you played any Ace Attorney games before? I've played the, I played NASA. Well, in this universe, it's GAXA. We got GAXA instead of NASA.
Bye, Punko. See you later. Come again. Come again. And don't forget to visit the gift shop and leave donations. Give us money.
Poor Ponko. What a Dickensian life we are all forced to lead.
Well, we're all poor papas in here.
All right. Oh. All right, is that everything? We need to find Bobby now. Is he back here? It's NASA, but it hasn't got stuff. I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but...
Can we talk to this robot now?
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? If you want, you know what? I say justice persists even in the face of obstacles, so walk the path that is going the direction the opposite of you. Don't take the easy path. Be silly, Bobby. No, it's not silly. Justice isn't silly.
There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor.
Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well, then.
If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him.
Oh, brother. You mean that lady in distress bit and not your mood I don't want to say mood manipulation, but you know. Hi, Bobbert. I showed you my badge already, right? Yeah, I showed you my... Oh, wait, that doesn't... He doesn't have anything to say about the badge. You have anything to say about this? Or, this? Nope. Alright, we'll talk. We found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene. You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet. Okay. Detective Arm? That's right. A warning shot for the defendant. Was it really such a high-threat situation that she needed to do that? I'm afraid I don't know the details, what with Detective Arm gone and all. I guess we'll never know.
But I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together.
Yeah, Yuri Cosmos. We already know Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows. Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course. I hope it goes down easy. And, fingerprint data. Every last part of me? Yeah. Yeah. This game is very interesting. Have you played any Ace Attorney games before? I've played the first trilogy and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Now I'm playing the Apollo Justice trilogy, and I'm planning on playing the Investigations when it gets ported later this year. I love this series very much. It's one of my favorites. You haven't played any of them? Ooh! Do you like puzzle games and like mystery solving? Because that's what these games are, and it's very fun. It's very silly and over the top at times, but that's part of the charm, and I love it.
Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge.
Ah, yes. I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift. This is quite a bit of data. I used to have to make Phoenix Wright cosplay. You just need a red tie. Oh my god, that's so exciting. Yeah. Just a nice suit. Phoenix is probably one of the more simple cosplays of this, since it's just a pretty standard suit, and not like the cravat of like Miles Edgeworth or anything. Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackquill said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though.
Wow, he got Apollo's and my prints. He even got prints for all the robots.
Good lord. I guess when Blackquill said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep. Aww.
Ah, Clay's fingerprints are here too.
I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all.
I still can't believe he took off his glove to get his fingerprints.
Yeah, well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important in this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So, depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides. Makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did give them, get them past the fingerprint lock somehow. Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy. Is this the emergency, or is this the rotatey thingy that moves the launch pad? Isn't this just a photo of the launch pad one door? Yep. Is that a bullet hole, or is that... That looks more circular than like a straight line. No, that was also just like how the door opens, right? That's not a bullet hole. That's just the coloration of it. But Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason. Huh? What's so important about this door? It's me, but boy, could you see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it. Sounds like this is gonna be a major point of contention tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss.
Right. Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now? You just leave it to me. Justice we trust. Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door. He must have opened it when they went to go board the rocket.
His heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for his space adventure right then.
Alrighty. Alright, and what else do we need to show him? Security camera footage. Alrighty. Security camera footage. Phoenix is sharpest spoon in the bucket indeed. Sharper than most characters in this series, for real. Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the boarding lounge 1 camera. Oh, that footage. Yeah, the detectives in this series are not very competent. So much so that they have the attorneys do their own investigation, even though in the real world that's the detectives' jobs. But the lawyers have to do their own investigation because the detectives suck. That footage, go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it. Is there any way I could see a little more of the part just after this? Easy as pie. I'd be glad to show you. Here we go.
Movie time, watch party time.
What the flip? The screen went blank. Yes. Apparently, the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point. Great. Well, most characters, Gumshoe is thick in the head. For real, yeah. Gumshoe is such a himbo. What a silly guy. Oh my god, hi Caliber. Oh my god, I love these emotes. What are these? How are you doing? How's it going? Why didn't you just say so from the beginning?
You want to keep us in suspense.
Alrighty, the video ends immediately after this scene. Wonderful! Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative. Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right?
But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that. Psyche lock time, indeed. We haven't done this in a hot minute. It's been a while, but those are definitely psyche locks. Did you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about? No, psyche lock is a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. Okay, so we're just telling him this. We're just saying out loud we're gonna probe his heart. I can see when people are trying to hide secrets by using the power of the Smogatama. Maya, where are you? Pearl, where are you? Presenting evidence can break those locks. And reveal any secrets they're hiding. Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out of that for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to. I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much.
Asha, welcome. How's it going? Where is the Maya Faye?
I don't know, I assume she's busy with, like, Karine responsibilities. Because we haven't seen her or mentioned her at all since the last case of Game 3. It isn't some kind of fraud, it really works. A friend gave it to me a long time ago. But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. I was asleep all day, but you're here now. Nice. I'm a little too active. I made the bad mistake of drinking a big iced coffee, and I'm definitely not going to be able to sleep tonight. So we're in for the long haul. I'll probably end up playing 14 for a while after stream ends, so that's great. 2 characters this summer, April May and Mia Faye. So you're so valid for that. Mia's gorgeous. April May is really funny, but Mia is also amazing. I want a Mia Faye spin-off game so badly. If you make another Capcom, please make another Ace Attorney Investigations, but with Mia Faye. I want a Mia Faye spin-off game about her years as an attorney, please. Mia Fey spin-off of We Riot, exactly. Please. Honestly, I think I would like that more than Ace Attorney 7 at this point. I want more Mia! Alrighty. Alright, let's present the Magatama. Alrighty. I will sue Capcom if they don't have a Mia Fey game, exactly. And we know all about lawyering because we play their games. Alrighty. I will sue for $5. Yes, Trucy's life savings. Why you're being cooperative. I think you're hiding something, Detective, so why don't you just tell us about it? What to do? Which path is the path of justice? Detective Fulbright is really in agony. This is the issue he's so torn up over. Justice? Apollo. Wait. I don't have a health bar here. Should I pick the wrong answers? You know what? I mean, it's probably I know it's justice, but I want to be silly. He's having some issues with Black Quill, so we'll say love. I bet I know what's been bothering you. You're troubled by love for Simon Blackquill. What? How did you know? Wait, what? I put my pet carp Love and my goldfish, and the next thing I knew, oh, the little goldfish were gone! Love had eaten them all! My poor little goldfishies! Oh, I loved you so! I guess love really can cause a lot of heartache, huh? Anyway. Oh my god, I got an achievement for that! Oh my god! Okay, that's interesting. Oh, thank you for the posture check. Larry Butts is guilty, indeed. Let's just see what life says. You're exhausted by the roller coaster known as life. That's exactly right. I'm troubled by life in general. I've been thinking about quitting the force and going into space. Yep, you hit it right on the head. Ha ha ha. More like I hit my thumb on that one. All right, let's try that again. I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something that happened that goes against your principles, isn't that right? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine. Is that a fact? Yep. Peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail from a routine rocket launch. I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed as long as this exists.
Take that!
Oh, is that not it? There must be something wrong with my sunglasses today. You aren't presenting that to me as evidence, are you? Is he making fun of me? It's just as I said. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine. Well, you're not Apollo Justice, so you're not fine. Although Apollo is not fine. I've really got Blackquill and Fulbright as a pairing. I don't know if that's a hot take, though. I mean, that's totally reasonable. I just think, I think, I'm mostly just kind of memeing on it. I don't think although, sorry, I can't even speak. I'm like so jazzed right now from the caffeine. When you meme on a pairing a lot, sometimes you end up accidentally shipping it. I think I'm mostly just right now making jokes about like Blackquill he's kind of like catering to every whim of Blackquill, I guess. But that's totally fair, totally reasonable. I don't even think I like seriously ship it right now. I'm just joking about it, but yeah. Alrighty. I don't think it was relaxed. I mean, there was a goddamn explosion.
Take that!
Oh. I mean, there was a bullet fired.
Take that!
Okay. Oops.
Take that!
The evacuation report. It was a busy day. Before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet security was so tight they even brought in a special task force. I'd hardly describe that as a relaxed guard detail. Once you're done playing this, I have so much to say about Fulbright. Oh, I'm excited. I kind of ship Blackquill with Von Karma. Oh, interesting. I don't know if they have any kind of interactions in like 5 or 6 at all, but that's interesting. They're both very, very forceful in the courtroom. Now hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on special security detail. As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that's true. They don't? Oh, it's okay. This person would be part of that detail from the outset. Her.
Take that!
The bomb squad girly. People ship him with Maya as well because they're the same age and like samurais. Can we send forward to the sun? See, I'm more of a Fran Maya enjoyer myself, honestly. I know, maybe I know it's like a pretty common pairing or whatever. I think it's just a fun dynamic, I mean, it's probably not my fate, like my ultimate ship, an Ace Attorney. Like, I mean, that would be, not to be like white bread or anything, but right worth. But I do enjoy a little Fran Maya every now and then. Detective Arm specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew there was the possibility a bombing would occur. Right worth is perfection indeed. And isn't it true that like in subsequent like releases or translations of the game, they changed some of the dialogue to make it more gay because they knew how popular the pairing was? April May and Red White. Oh no, that is so. No. I think April May should kill Red White. That's just my opinion. She deserved to kill him. I mean, he was literally about to kill her. She was scared for her life working for him. Yeah, you knew there was a possibility that a bombing would occur. Sorry, I'm like feeling so jazzed right now. I feel like I just need to like go do laps somewhere. I really had too much caffeine. I'd be unethical since she's his employee. April May should literally beat him to death and quit. Yeah, hit him with the thinker. I have seen a version of the winner meme with Mia Fey and Red White, and he's just saying the thinker. And then of course I've seen so many the winner memes with little Eustace. You got me, Mr. Raj. Sorry, I'm like, God. I need to stop drinking iced coffee at night. I knew it was a bad idea and I did it anyway. I feel insane right now. Anyways, little Bobby, so pathetic. All right, I can see you win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing, but the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat. Oh, great.
But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed, and somebody did?
Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it? Water. How was the warning delivered? By phone and directly to Director Cosmos. But the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps. That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset. But it's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackquill as well. Ooh. Prosecutor Blackquill? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties. That's not it. It's a question of justice. How can me, a pursuer of justice, fall for a convict such as him? I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court. Honestly, same. Again, why are they letting a convicted murderer prosecute? Why? If Fulbright ditched the mullet and changed to a black suit and a white shirt and black tie, if he was smarter, I would like him more. Aw. I kind of like to use a little bit of a colorful design. Or at least in the shirt and everything.
The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know.
What is his deal? Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules.
Never mind that. What are rules but things to be broken, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner as a prosecutor is highly irregular. Yeah, you don't fucking say. I think we guessed that much. But part of I hate is the shirt, really. I kind of like that it's a little funny little color. I don't know. But it's funky, for sure. I feel like funky suits him, though. So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering about it. Also, why is he wearing sunglasses indoors? Why did that just hit me? How does he see anything? Someone is such a non-threat that even when he just disappeared in previous cases, he still went with Fulbright since he knows how he's perceived by society. I can't stand mullets. Oh no, we're so real for that. Yeah. And he just went out for a little stroll in the middle of the trial. That was so funny to me. He just like, no, I don't want to be bothered with this part, so I'm just gonna leave. That was so fucking funny.
So you weren't told why either, huh?
And didn't the chief prosecutor, yeah, pretty high up the ladder, the chief prosecutor, if it was Miles fucking Edgeworth, I'm gonna scream because my god, my dude, what were you thinking? Yeah, would have had to have. Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. I think he knew that man was guilty and just wanted to give him the win. That Means was guilty, yeah, he's a good sport. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still.
7 years past?
This is that phrase again, 7 years. A phantom, huh? Not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. Not a phantom thief, not a Rhonda Light. I wonder what Gregory Edgeworth would look like in this game. Probably, ashes by now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, the good old 3D Gregory Edgeworth. We were robbed. Listen! It's been what, how many years since he was dead? 15 plus 7? What is it, like 25 years now or something? Dude's gotta be just bones by now. If he wasn't cremated, that is. I'm sorry. But yeah, give us the 3D Gregory Edgeworth living sprite, please. This phantom of 7 years past. Any idea who or what he was talking about? Not a clue. But he seems to think that this phantom is behind this whole incident somehow. Who, Blackquill? Yeah. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past. Wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case? DL6? No way! Yep. This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center, too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone 7 years, relating to the Hat 1 launch, I'm guessing? So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom. Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago... That's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. That messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law. So you see how this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related. This game's in 2027 and DL6 was 2001. Yeah, 26. Yes, Gregory Edgeworth has been dead for 26 slutty years. Yeah, I can see why you'd think that. This incident and the Phantom of the opera, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here.
This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all.
Our dearly departed Dilf indeed, Mimemio. Hello, how are you doing? Phantom of the Dim Opera. I don't know, sometimes I ad-lib and it doesn't even make sense. I'm feeling especially silly tonight, okay?
I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all.
The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence!
Yeah, he was silenced right away. And breaking the shackles right away. Like, no objection, straight into silence. Sir Archibald, who's the judge? He is bald indeed. Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Yeah, he was kind of tweaking as well. That's your nickname for him? I like it. Ah! No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his phantom, but I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them. Which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck. And that's not real justice. He's not ready because he's clinically insane, no!
We're getting a lot of pathetic Bobby here. I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now. But this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction. Never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent. I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm gonna be rooting for your team this time. But don't tell them that. You have to promise me you won't.
Oh, with that pose, he looks like an anime protagonist in love. He does. While he's talking about how he's worried about Black Quill. Oh, I'm so worried about him. Aw, I know what you are, Bobby. Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackquill and make him a valued member of society again. Once again, Phoenix and Bobby picking a prosecutor and saying, I can fix him. That's love, baby. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. He loves him. You are the only ones who can stop him in court.
You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackquill.
Screenshot. Oh, I was taking a screenshot and I caught Athena mid-blink. All right, we're adding this to the screenshot collection. Where's Mr. Edgelord? That's what I want to know. He's not been mentioned by name in Ace Attorney 4 at all. Not been mentioned by name at all in this game. I'm wondering if this is the friend in Europe that Phoenix was alluding to earlier, but I could be wrong. I don't know what's going on. Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like you want a guilty verdict either. I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful for the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago.
Really? Then let's go find her, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I'm able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In Justice We Trust on 3. 1, 2, 3. In Justice We Trust. Okay, later. I wonder what Gumshoe would look like in this game. Honestly, same. Also a little scared.
There he goes.
Or were we supposed to say in Justice We Trust back there too? Oh, brother.
Let's go see that witness now.
All right, the Space Center entrance it is. Probably slick. Gumshoe always looks so good. He's so charming. He's like a teddy bear. The witness must be around here somewhere. Oh my god. We really are having a robot on the witness stand. Indeed. And this one you can tell is male because the buttons are not placed in the boob position.
Hello, hello.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot, Phoenix. You've had stranger witnesses. You've had a witness that couldn't even speak like a coherent sentence. The only sentence it could speak was "Don't forget DL6." Maggie got him a new coat. Oh yeah, she did. Aww. Although doesn't it look exactly the same as his old one? Or was it the tan one that he wore in the flashbacks? Yeah, did she get him a tan one? Or was it different?
Hello. Come over here. Hello, hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Clonko. Shall I guide you? Guide you? I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out.
Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around. Oh, it's Pokemon Trainer. It's Gym Leader. It's the Gym Leader girlie from the photo. I've had it with you, hunk of junk.
Gah!
Alrighty.
I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen?
Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came to being obliterated. If you didn't snap out of it, I was going to put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. That's pretty specific. Does she scientifically practice that or whatever? She looks like she has a Russian accent. Oh man. I could try that. It would probably sound very bad. Like my German accent for Clavier was horrible, so it would be even worse for this. I really replayed it like 3 days ago. Oh. Oh yeah, I kind of remember that because I remember Crystal finished Trials and Tribulations recently, and I think in the credits of that, I do remember Maggie getting him a new coat. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Yeah, you're a psychic type gym leader, for sure. Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm a black... Okay. Is this our Phantom? Because... 7 years ago, you were in a picture, And, your name, ma'am? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackwell. I'm a research developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell? Could she be? And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk.
My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Chonko. That's mean, Miss Aura.
Quit complaining. Your model number is Ponko too.
Ah, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clonko.
Oh wait, I said Chonko, not Clonko. Oh my god. Man. Your friend really likes her. Quit your squawking already.
No, what are you doing? No, don't lobotomize me.
Ow! Justice for my boy Clonko. There. I bet you won't be talking back now.
Gah, I will obey completely.
No! I better watch the wires I cross with this one. I have a badge. Can you tell me anything about this piece of evidence? Even if I could, I wouldn't tell a filthy lawyer like you. You have something against lawyers. Huh. Interesting. What a pleasant response. Your last name, what's the fucking deal? Was it just like a word feels so American? Simon is most definitely British. Man, your last name is Blackquill. Do you have a relative in the legal profession?
You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a
Used to be? Shut up. Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him? Aww. I hope this is like a Franziska Miles situation where she's actually younger but still calls him little brother. Yes, we met him in court a few times, right, Athena? What's wrong? Do you know her? What's wrong? What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off? Girly, what the hell? Athena being shy. This is new. This is 7 years ago. What was the thing 7 years ago your case when you were on the stand, Athena, that something that traumatized you? What's going on? Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk?
Yeah, Miss Aura, that hurts.
I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk?
But Miss Aura, you told me only to speak when you order me to speak.
I told you never talk back to me. You're worth more as scrap. Robot abuse, hawk attacks. Blackwell family, my life must sure be interesting. Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. Man. How old is she? Do we know? 37. Alright, she's like 10 years older, 10 or 11 years older. We got
Ponko and Clonko.
So you're the person who witnessed the incident? That's right. I was on the 4th floor in the main building in the robotics lab. Our map grows! The explosion disabled the elevators. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. There was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? Must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best just to humor her here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge 1 window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? This is no time to just nod and repeat. So, you saw into the 3rd floor lounge? The very scene of the crime? That's right. There's a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand and a knife in their right. That must have been the culprit. Did you see who that person was? Of course not. The power was out on that floor then, and there was only that tiny window. I see. But you did witness the moment of the murder. Yes. I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife and... It happened at precisely 10 a.m. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features? I already told you, it was pitch black in there. Although, I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. It looks like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. They had a good taste in knickknacks anyway. An Earth emblem on the lighter. Like, maybe matching, this thing? Or... Huh. And the lighter's in their left hand, then a knife in the right. Okay. Alright. Alright. Is that all? Yeah. Thanks for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck's innocence with it. Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry. I just detest lawyers, that's all. Wait, what don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. What is this music? Music? Okay. That didn't make me feel any better, actually. Don't call him a bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer, because he will only be upset about that first word. I don't know, that was probably my favorite Phoenix moment in the first trilogy. Phoenix only being offended at the word bottom in that insult. I'm sorry. Why do you hate lawyers so much? Little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people are imperfect. They lie, they're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better, even sad sacks like this one. Hey, you! Look alive there. Damn!
Yeah, yes, here I go. I am the ultimate robot. With the me under high pressure. Robots rule the world. World against humans.
Alright, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away.
Yeah, huh? What was I doing?
Yep, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries.
How can you say such things? Feeling emotions, worrying about the things we care about? That's what makes us human.
Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. And that's what makes us human. You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such a simple mind. Can I punch her, boss? God damn! Get a hold of yourself, Athena! Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system? So she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system? What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial. Because I'd much rather kill them myself. Okay, should you be telling us this? Girl.
You can't be serious.
What if she committed the murder that Simon took the fall for? Don't answer that. But what if she's the real culprit and Simon has been convicted on false charges? What if she did some sort of like revenge killing and then... yeah. And then Simon took the blame? I don't know. Yeah, so comments are, do you want to hang out on Thursday when I'm free so we can get coffee on Thursday? When I'm free, exactly. That thing you're wearing around your neck.
Oh, this?
Around Athena's neck. Uh-oh, emotion, robot. Something she hates and something she loves. Emotions and robots. Widget!
Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle.
You know her, don't you? Is she talking about Athena? You know each other, don't you?
By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right?
Director Cosmos? Yeah, that's right.
You poor things. You better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart.
What?
He might seem like a bigwig, but the center has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care?
Well, that's it. No friendly tips. No good luck, guys. Just splendid.
I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, hunk of junk.
Oh no, Athena. She has a very different worldview than you, it seems. Yeah, what eyeliner does she use? It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. And you know what it is, don't you, Athena? You know what that is. Were you involved in it? Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down.
I just can't believe she said all those things.
Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying not to let it show all this time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time.
You mean that whole Dark Age of the Law nonsense? I'm so sick of hearing about that.
Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing.
Yeah. You're right, boss. I agree.
Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck.
Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet in Miss Blackwell's statement.
All right then, next stop the detention center. Can we not go visit Apollo? I want to go check on him. And when did he get Clay's jacket? And why was he not wearing it before the bombing, but afterwards? But before the courtroom bombing, I mean. Why was he not wearing it then, but why is he wearing it after that? And yeah, he's wearing it like a grieving widow or something or whatever, you know? Like, why? Why? Apollo, please, what is going on, buddy? Oh, my lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Hey, not necessarily. It's been the Dark Age of the Law since like Ace Attorney 1, yeah. Since Manfred von Karma entered the profession, it's been the Dark Age of Law. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Really? So they're gonna let me go? Unfortunately, it was dark, and she couldn't identify the person. I should have known. My stars never align just right, too.
But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it.
A lighter with an Earth emblem? Do you know about that? Oh!
Did you remember something?
Yep, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all would be a help, so please tell us what you remembered. I thought I was unconscious the whole time, but now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments.
That's huge! Do you remember seeing anything?
They can never make me hate you, Starbuck. Yeah, he's silly. I like him. A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter pickup floating in the darkness. Alright. What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. A dark shadow? That must have been the third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know.
If we can prove there was this third person at the scene and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion.
The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. I should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Irrelevant evidence tidied up. All right, nice. We got rid of stuff we're not going to use anymore then? All right. All right.
Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving. we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance.
For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. Is Apollo here? Is he still in the hospital? I want to check on him.
So, you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy.
Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is.
Now, let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is for Elgin's noodles.
He's here, isn't he?
Oh, Apollo!
Is this him doing his little emo, I have a mission to complete or whatever? What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you. Did he just like get up and leave? My wounds are fine. I'm fine. And I'm done lying around.
Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here.
When did you get the jacket? Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo? Also, I swear to... did he get his... Is his hair still longer? Was his hair cut? Maybe it was singed in the bombing. I don't know. I have a badge. Look. When I became a lawyer, Clay was the first person I showed this to. Oh, he does have the longer hair still. He was so happy for me. It was like he just became a lawyer himself. You two were really great friends, weren't you? Yeah, but we were rivals too. Ooh, okay. Rivals. We fought to see who will make their dream come true first. But now... Aww. Can I show him anything else? Will you have anything else to say? Map. This piece of evidence. Ugh. If I try to think, my head starts to hurt. You got hit really hard. That's your body telling you to take a rest. But I can't just lie in bed. Not when I have things to do for Clay's sake. Guess he's just not gonna listen no matter what I say. Aww. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo, and I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Jesus. Looking like Dazai, Dark Era Dazai. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress?
Oh my god, Scotsman! Welcome! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello! Welcome! How's it going? Welcome, Raiders! Hello! My name is Angie. I play lots of RPGs and visual novels and a variety of games, and right now we're doing some lawyering. Thank you so much for the raid! How was your stream? Hold on, let me get you a proper shout-out in here. But how was your stream? What were you playing? And thank you so much for the follows! Hold on, I gotta do this properly. But thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? And I have another one too. But yeah, thanks for the raid. I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my god, that's so cool. That's awesome. I want to get back into playing Dungeons and Dragons. I had a group with some friends from high school years ago, but then, you know, scheduling conflicts and all that get in the way. You know, it happens. But that sounds so cool. I hope it went well. We are on the 4th case of Ace Attorney 5, and that's what we're up to here. But yeah, if you need to read and run, take a break, get a snack, food, whatever, screen break, please do that. And also if you just don't want to see spoilers in case you want to play this game. But I'm a big Ace Attorney fan. Very excited to play through this. Planning on playing Investigations once it's ported later this year. And yeah, we're having a great time here. But yeah, thanks again for the raid. A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must be the real killer.
A suspicious figure, huh? Right. Was it you? Was it you? Is that... Were you shot in the eye? God damn it. Oh my god, so sorry. Yeah, I have to dip. No worries. Please do, please do. But yeah, Ace Attorney is who I love Ace Attorney very much. But thanks again for the raid. I hope you enjoy the rest of Ace Attorney. Lots of fun. Very, very fun series. Man, not the eye. I thought you'd be happier that, cause that's you, isn't it? Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. Also, if why were you there during the launch? Did Clay get you special permission to be there? And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that.
Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo?
That's right. Best friends since junior high.
Aw, sounds like me and Junie. So what was Clay like?
Well, he was full of compassion and energy, and he had a really loud voice.
If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you break a few windows.
You know, I bet you're right. Aw, they really sound like two peas in a pod. Aw, it's the boys! Seemed like only yesterday, Clay was a guy who lived for his dreams. Aw. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut and me a lawyer. We talked well into the night, and even then, we never grew tired of it. Aw. Apollo, about that jacket, yeah. Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. Aww. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. Oh, I feel really upset now. But just when his dream is finally coming true, I still can't believe it. Damn. It's not fair! Oh! Oh, my poor... Please, it's okay. Let him grieve. Let him be sad. Let him... Oh. Oh. My poor boy. Apollo, I hope you don't try to carry the burden all alone. Well, too bad. In that little animation we saw at the end of the first case, it looks like that was exactly what he was going to do. I guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. Yeah, you put your own mentor in jail! But you ended up here with good people. Working with Kristoff would not have been good. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. It was a rough time for me. But Clay refused to let me quit. Oh, you were gonna draw... Stop! You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too. I couldn't become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? Aw. I don't think you're fine, Apollo, but... You're fine, and I'm fine. We're like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Aww. Aww. Get away, Apollo! Don't come over here! Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Oh yeah, he was in an orphanage, wasn't he? Who was he living with at this point? Oh, babies! Oh, little babies! I always think everyone else has a mom. Why am I the only one? Oh, but you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, "I'm fine!" And then, you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine! Okay, Clay, now it's your turn. Okay, Clay Charon is fine. There you go, now we're both fine. Aww. We're fine. Aww, we're fine. What are you laughing about? See, we're fine. You laughed first, little babies. Man. Thanks, Apollo. The boys! When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. As long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody else who said something similar? You learned it from him, didn't you? If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. Man. Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking leave of absence. No, this is the thing at the beginning of the game, wasn't it?
What? Wait, what do you mean by a leave?
You're really serious? Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself. Apollo, please do not go vigilante here. Do not! Do not! Do you have to do this through, like, dubiously legal means and hopefully not murder itself? Are we gonna be defending you in the last case for the murder of whoever Clay's killer is? Is that how this is gonna go?
But that's our goal too.
I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different?
What?
Buddy! I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm gonna catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. No! I don't like where this is going! Apollo, don't you dare! Take good care of Mr. Starbuck. No! Apollo, what the hell? Now I must be going. Goodbye. You bet. He's gonna try to kill the culprit, isn't he? Ugh! And then he's gonna be our defendant next case. Ugh! What the hell? What? I'm very scared. Did you just say goodbye? Ace Attorney protagonist is some of the most unhinged characters I see. Yeah, they've got a lot of shit going on. I'm so scared. Apollo, please don't do murder. Please. Please don't do a murder. That's a no. It's not a good look for a defense attorney.
I sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him, and also suspicion. Ugh, he's not walking out on us like this. I'm gonna go talk some sense into him.
Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve the case, the better it'll be for Apollo.
Yeah, you're right, boss.
All right, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? I'm so scared! What? If he were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. I'm worried. Ugh. I'm very worried! Are we gonna be finishing this case next time, I guess? Because we already had one court session and... I'm scared. Alrighty. I think that's where we're gonna call it for today. I know Raiders just came in, and I'm sorry, but I do also have a lot of energy, but I don't know if I want to go... I don't know how long the trial section is gonna be. I don't know if there's like a break in between, so I don't know. I don't know if there's a good stopping point coming up soon, so I think that's where we'll call it for today. Oh, brother. I need to go burn off this excess energy, maybe do some laps, and then I'll probably hop on Final Fantasy XIV because I have a problem. Maybe I'll go back to my Starbird farming because I am struggling with that. I need that minion so badly, y'all. But thank you all so much for being here. We will, next stream will be Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time. We will play 6.4 in Final Fantasy XIV. We're getting towards the end of post Endwalker, which feels insane. Like, I'm this close to being current on content. And then Dawn Trail once we finish this Ace Attorney stuff. And I may also throw in another stream next week for doing the Pandemonium raids. I think that will be fun. But we'll finish this. I don't know if maybe we'll finish this case. We will, next Ace Attorney stream will be Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to join my Discord for schedule updates, you can do that if you would like. And yeah, that will be all for tonight. Thanks again for being here. Have a great rest of your day, night, time zone, whatever it is. Get some rest. Do whatever you need to, and if I don't